Welcome to an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing, episode 2. Episode 2. We have a very fun episode in store for you guys today. We hope you guys enjoyed the new intro video that we put a lot of hard work into. We needed something to open up the show. The countdown was getting a little old. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. But I am Jawan here with Joel and Trayvon. What's going on, guys?
What up?
Hey, what's up? We're here again, episode 2. This should be fun.
We are. So I want to start this off fun. I want to ask you guys, whether it's superhero movie, comic book, or cartoon, was the first thing to get you into this geek world? What was the first thing you saw, read, heard, whatever the case may be?
Batman.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Simple. No, yeah, simple. 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 Well, you went Power Rangers, you went Batman. Those are both two very influential beginnings for me. So I'll go Star Wars. Yeah, I'm gonna go Star Wars. Seeing Return of the Jedi, which I will always say is the second greatest Star Wars movie of all time after Revenge of the Sith. That did it for me. Luke's decision, all that got me right into it. To go with what Joel said, seeing Keaton's Batman, I remember just thinking to myself, I don't know what this is, but I'm in. I don't know what this is. Like, I was just so smitten. Because it's funny, because I didn't see Batman Returns till I got older. I saw 89 on VHS, and then obviously, since I was only born in 93, all the other Batman movies that came out in that span, I was just born, young. Right? Yeah. So no, not just young, just born. So I didn't see a lot of those till a lot later. So Trayvon knows how I feel about those two movies in the 90s. And that was mainly just influence from seeing 89, then seeing Batman the Animated Series, and then seeing those two and seeing how drastically different they were. And I remember me going, I don't know if I like that difference. I remember not knowing, like, really about Batman, like, truly about Batman, but knowing I didn't like that. Having the roller skates, the nipples, the credit card. I remember, right, I remember just being young going, no, I'm sorry, no. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Do you remember, Trayvon, what was it, watching episodes of Power Rangers over the course of time, or was there an exact episode or an exact moment that triggered that for you?
I would say, I mean, the show was great. The show was fun. The movie, the first one, I think that is what's really got me going.
Okay.
I watched the hell out of that on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was the time. So yeah, that definitely had to be it. I can probably recite the whole. I know I can recite the whole thing.
The whole movie?
I can do it.
Damn, I don't. I can do that with music. I don't think I know of any show or movie. Maybe The Godfather, maybe, but I'm a bit rusty. I haven't watched it in a while.
I used to be able to do that with Batman, 89.
89 Batman.
I used to watch it. I used to watch him and do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that in me. I don't know. Maybe the opening monologue to Godfather. Maybe. Yeah. No. Now you got me wanting that back, Trayvon. I might have to spin the block on that. Get that superpower back.
I could do that with that movie and probably Harry Potter movies. So. Yeah.
Wait, more than one?
Listen. I've watched.
Trayvon, they're like 6 hours each.
I've watched that franchise a lot. I've watched those. I've watched the extended versions. I love when I see people reacting to it, and I realize, like, oh, this is an extended version because of that thing that's in there. Like, I love that. I love. Look, this show better hit. Let me tell you. I'll be sitting there like, come on.
It's crazy to think. Before I go to you, Joel, it's crazy to think if the show's not hitting, we're gonna have to say to ourselves, the missing ingredient is that horrible woman not being part of it. That's gonna be the horrible part. So hopefully the show's phenomenal, because I'd hate to have to give her any more credit than we already have to. But yeah, no, I mean, you mentioned that Power Rangers movie, them coming out of the plane to open the movie. That was iconic, not epic, iconic. I remember for years I wanted to do that till I got older and started doing roller coasters. I'm like, I don't really fuck with this height shit, so no, no, I don't want to do that anymore. But Joel, what was it? What was there a specific scene in the Batman? Was it just the costume? What was it that kind of just sold you?
I don't know. I was really young. I never watched the first one in theaters. I only saw the VHS. Mm. I stole my brother's VHS. He only gave it to me after a while. You just keep it.
I'm done with it.
So it's like, if you look at it, it's torn to pieces because I wore it out so much. But that was the beginning of everything for me. It was Batman. Because then I ended up watching the old Batman 60s, Adam West Batman, before I used to go to bed, which was like 11 o'clock at night when I was 5. So imagine I wouldn't go to bed without watching it. So it was like that turned me to that. To anything that was connected to Batman, I went from there. So like that's why I took to the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, because I knew he were in the same comic books. Because I started collecting comic books and they were all part of the same thing. So I'm like, I watched Superman movies. When the Flash TV show came out, I'm like, that was cool. I was like, all right. Then I was just like connected. I just love every superhero. And at that time, I didn't know the difference until I eventually got the comic DC versus Marvel and all that extra shit. And that's when I started connecting pieces and like, I like this and this, and how different it was from what I was watching, from what was actually happening, because the cartoons obviously were not up to date with the comics at the time. But yeah, so that the beginning of my superhero love started with Batman, and it just kept going. It blossoms into other things.
It's funny you say that, because I remember I told you, Batman, Luke Skywalker, Power Rangers. Those are my holy trinity. I didn't know any more about those universes outside of just that, right? So I remember I go over to my friend's house one day, and he's watching Justice League Unlimited. And I remember watching it going, oh, that's Batman. And he's like, oh, you like Batman? I'm like, I love Batman. And then he goes, you should see the rest of them. I'm like, no. Is there more Batman? And he goes, just watch it. And I remember watching it, and I was just like, okay. I like it. Okay. I'm like, who's that? He's like, that's Superman. I'm like, okay. I don't really like the colors, but okay, cool. I very much just like the dark of Batman, the dark colors. I like Green Lantern with the green, with the black. And then bright-ass Superman comes in. I'm like, no. But I just remember him forcing me to give it a chance, and then me going, okay, I want to know more about Wonder Woman and Superman and Green Lantern and all that. But I definitely came into that going, no, is there like Batman episodes? I don't know what the fuck this is, but just, where's more Batman? What do you say, Joel?
Just keep an open mind. I mean, that's how I did it. Again, the comic books is what really turned me to everybody. I used to have this looking vine. I used to love this looking vine, but it was a Marvel looking vine. It was like I had a Spider-Man one, I had an X-Men one. You know how many Marvel characters I learned from just that Spider-Man looking vine? Just because almost everybody was in that, except the X-Men, because they had their own looking vine. But that I used to love that, and that's where I learned about like characters like Moon Knight and his crazy looks, and then Daredevil, Luke Cage before he started wearing yellow T-shirts again. He looked more like Mike Tyson. I was like, why is Mike Tyson in this book? It was really weird. But there was a lot of different characters. I would love to go back and look at that again.
Yeah, what got me into comic books was definitely the book fair as I got a little older. Being with my mom, she wasn't into that kind of shit. So like I didn't have anyone that like had stacks of comics and stuff like that. So I didn't really know anything like that. So I learned what I knew at the time from being forced to watch Justice League Unlimited, Then it opened me up to the other cartoons, and then I remember the book fair. I remember all the kids were talking about like all these like real deep books that their parents are making them read, and I remember bringing my mom home like a coloring Marvel book, and she's just like, "There's nothing else you want to read," and I'm like, "They don't got pictures, so no, I think I'm okay." And I remember because my school library, it was the one time they did it until they found out what was in the books and they took them away. They started putting the Dragon Ball Z books in there. Yes, and that was when I started reading backwards. Oh my god. I almost failed one year thinking all books were like that, because that's all I read. I only read that. I don't like reading. So I'm like, if you don't have pictures in it, I'm out. So I remember reading that, and it was like a picture of like Goku's ass. And like I remember the librarian saw him and just like, no more of those. And we lost them. But yeah, it's just fun to hear people's introduction into the world of geekdom, because it's always different. I was just thinking about that today. I'm like, I really just came in Batman, Luke Skywalker, and I was good. I'd be 31 right now, just Batman and Luke Skywalker, and I'd be good. So it was just fun to reminisce on how my world got open to everything else. Hold on, let me see. We got a lot of comments. Sorry, I was ignoring you guys. Hold on. Let's see. Your computer forgave you. For now. We'll see how that plays out. Jawan's computer issues have infected mine. I don't really know how that works. All right, you guys are having a conversation between each other. Okay. I thought you guys were talking to us. Okay, hold on. Yes, we do know that Didge is very rich, for sure. Let's see. Big balling at home. Very much. Didge is the only one thriving in this economy right now. That's for sure. I can go bar for bar on the Christmas with the Jokes episode of Batman the Animated Series. Oh, okay. I can recite the whole episode from memory. God bless you. I do not have a memory like that anymore. Joanne was like, Superman, huh? Not as cool as Batman, but yeah. I don't even think I said I think I was very out. I was very out on Superman. Very out. Joanna's school open textbooks from the back. Bro, I swear to God, I used to open them. I used to think that's how it was. I'm like, let me go from the back. Maybe they changed shit. I don't know. It was weird. I'm like, why am I reading it from the back? Did you, at some point, stop fighting the allegations? You're thriving out here. All right, just let it go. What was I gonna say? All right, let's get into it, guys. We have some leftovers from CinemaCon, because last time we were here, we covered up to a point from CinemaCon. We heard some more about Fantastic Four. Apparently, they got some footage that we'll get, I assume, the day before the movie comes out. But they got a confirmation that Sue Storm in the movie is indeed pregnant. They got their first glimpse of Silver Surfer. A lot of mentions of end of the world, your whole world is going to die, all those things. All sounds great. There's nothing more frustrating than hearing about all that cool shit. I want to see it. And the fact that no one had any footage, I find you all to be extremely irresponsible. Extremely. And you disgust me. But I can't wait to see Silver Surfer. I mean, everyone shitted on the last Silver Surfer we got. I personally love Silver Surfer.
It was fine. The movie itself, not so much, but Silver Surfer.
I enjoyed the movie until the very end of that movie. I really did enjoy that movie. I truly did. The car splitting apart, Doom being able to try to take everyone's powers, the whole Johnny and Ben switching power. I loved all of it. And then I remember at the time, my dad is a big comic book fan. So I remember when they said, oh, Galactus is coming. And then the Cloud showed up. I remember going, Dad, this is the coolest shit ever. And I just remember my dad going,
I feel like at least we're out of that era of the clouds, like because we got it in the Green Lantern movie. I think they did that too, right?
Yes, they did.
But we're out of it, I believe.
You know what it is.
Once I saw the Celestials, I felt good. That's all right.
You know what it is.
It was comforting.
Yeah. You know what they did? They very much went with the idea of the world does not know what a Galactus is, right? You knew even less of the villain of Green Lantern. So I think they went more the idea of we could just do whatever because the larger audience has no idea what a Galactus is. Problem was, because the movie did do well. The movie it didn't flop. Problem was that set a standard for people to think that is what Galactus is supposed to look like. And it's like their minds will be blown. 15, 20 some odd years later when they see this Galactus. And they go, oh, he's not a cloud. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No Reed powers still, I heard. Well, no, he hasn't shown his abilities, but I mean, Ben's abilities is a whole transformation. So they were gonna show that. I think, this next trailer we get will show Reed extending his arms or something. Only reason I know that for a fact is that they released the first look at the Marvel Legends figures, and it shows Reed arm stretching out. So I'm like, it's definitely in there.
Are we really worried they're not going to show him use his powers? Is that what you're really?
No, I don't think that's just saying.
It looks bad how long it's taking.
Okay, but realistically, you really think they're going to ignore that?
No, I don't. People have been joking about what they did with
people stupid
Kamala. What they did with Kamala. Like, hope they don't.
Yeah, you don't do that with Kamala.
They're not going to do that,
and then not do it. Right? Exactly.
You're not gonna do it.
No, but I mean, to Digit's point, you have seen Invisible Woman to a degree use hers. Johnny used his. Ben used his. Reed's just the only one that hasn't. But I take that less as them taking forever to show it, and more as maybe his scenes of doing it are pivotal scenes. He's not just doing it to do it. Because again, remember, this isn't a start from scratch. They've been Fantastic Four for a long time. So if he's using his powers, it's for something. So maybe it reveals too much in it. Maybe I'm just looking on the bright side of it.
Right.
Let me see.
I just think it's silly. It's a silly thought.
The two movies were history has got to stop looking so poorly on those two movies. They were not bad. They weren't. If you're saying your issue was the Galactus cloud, remember it was the last 10 minutes of that movie. Like it was not the whole movie. I had so much fun. Lawrence Fishburne is the voice. I love the Silver Surfer. They did that so well. The bar for me is high for whatever Silver Surfer we're about to get now. He did a lot of cool shit with that board. Coming out of it, coming through it. Like, he did so many cool things with that board. I remember that first trailer. Remember the trailer where he's chasing Johnny? Or no, Johnny's chasing him, and he goes through the building? Mm-hmm. I was like...
It was like a ripple effect.
Yes, I'm in love. And then when Johnny finally catches up and he grabs him by the neck, I love that movie. Let's see. The first one was good. I still say that. The second, Jessica Alba, was great. I respect you and Joel. I had a lot of fun. I can tell you this. I had way more fun in the second movie of Fantastic Four than I ever did in any of these Sony movies. I can damn sure tell you that. I can tell you that for sure. Silver Surfer was good too. You're right. I love Silver Surfer and everything they did with him in there. We ain't gonna act like the first Fantastic movie wasn't fire. It was great, and Kerry Washington was in it. You guys keep going to the women. The women were amazing back then. Yeah, she was. She played Ben's. Ben started to work up a relationship with her in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I loved it. I love when Johnny found out that she was blind, and he was like, Oh, that's why you like Ben. Oh, okay. Because he was confused.
He was such a douche.
He was horrible, but I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait to see how this Johnny portrays being an asshole.
You didn't get a lot of that either. I'd love to see some more.
You didn't really get anyone's personality, really. They all seemed, outside of seeing Ben cook with what's his name? You really saw no real.
I don't think we heard Johnny talk. I don't think.
No, you haven't. Nope.
That's what I mean. So it's really just been, we've heard Ben. We got more Ben speaking.
You got a lot of Ben personality.
Yeah.
That's probably
not really anyone
they had to
else.
prove. They were like, "Look, see, he looks good."
That's what they were worried about. They're like, "What the fuck?"
Yep. And I want to give him a lot of credit. Good voice. Very good voice. Very good voice.
Yeah, I was expecting him to modulate a bit more, but they didn't.
And they did have the fantastic. I love that car very much. So.
Their fantastic car was cool.
Very cool. That whole scene of them using it was just so awesome. Was there anything that was said from this Fantastic Four panel, or what was said of the footage that was shown that stood out to you guys? Trayvon, I'll go to you first. Anything that stood out to you?
You know, I went to my delusional spot. I was like, "Yes, Franklin, my new favorite character is coming." That's how I thought about it. But like y'all know, like we talked about this, I was comparing him to Wyatt and Jack. Mm-hmm. So I'm already telling him he's gonna have powers out the womb. Or before. So
I want to apologize to you, Trayvon. Let me apologize to you in front of everyone. I thought you immediately went to delusion, right? When it came to Sue being pregnant. I apologize. I listened to New Rockstar, and he went even further in his delusion. So I'm like, Trayvon doesn't sound too crazy. I'll take it, Jack, as opposed to whatever he's saying. He was going like, maybe he comes out and projects himself older, and I'm like, can we wipe his ass for the first time? Like before you're like, all right, he's 40. Like, what are we doing?
That, but apparently that's in the comics or whatever. I was like, okay.
No, it is, but I'm like, if she's just giving birth, I'm like, I am okay with this movie ending, with this being a child. Like, I'm very much okay. If you want to play into whatever they did in Secret Wars and Doomsday and Secret Wars, by all means, have all the fun you want. But I am okay with this movie ending, with this kid still saying goo goo gaga. I'm very much okay with that. Is all I'm saying. But yes, for anyone that does not know, Reed and Sue do have I would say, probably the most OP character in Marvel. You could honestly make an argument. There's not much that kid can't do. And that's saying a lot. But
it's gonna be a big reason why we have a new world soon.
Yeah. You could say, Joel, his power rivals that of Galactus.
I mean, yeah. I mean, in one continuity, he is Galactus. Right.
Yep. That's why a lot of people were theorizing maybe Galactus isn't coming to destroy Earth. Maybe he's coming to this kid. That was a lot of different people's theories. Like I said, I just want to enjoy this movie for whatever it gives me, not the possibility of anything else that could come from it. I'll let Doomsday do that.
Yeah.
For now, I just want to see. I want to see how the Fantastic Four are.
It just there's more evidence of the story playing out closer to the Hickman Secret Wars.
Yes.
There's just more elements being added to it. Well, that happened. This character in it. This character in
it. Right. Because you did not have to make Sue pregnant yet. So the fact that you're doing it right before Doomsday, I mean, writing kind of feels like it's on the wall a little bit. So you'll see him do something, Trayvon. You just gotta wait, but he'll be doing something. Maybe not in this movie, but next year he'll be doing something. But yeah, I mean, Joel, anything else stand out to you? Trayvon's was Franklin. Anything for you?
No, I mean, getting confirmation that she was pregnant was, I guess it was nice. I mean, we kind of had an idea she might, and there was rumors that she was. I want to see Silver Surfer. I'm happy they did show her, so I want to see what she looks like.
Right. You think she'll have the long hair, or you think they'll go bald?
I think they said she did have the long hair.
She did have the long hair? Okay.
That's what I think I heard.
Because that is accurate to the comics, but I try not to get too bogged up in what things should be look-wise. Because I've been disappointed a lot. So I'm kind of just like, if she was bald, cool, whatever.
I was fine with that if she was bald, but if they want to get rid of long hair, I'm fine. It helps differentiate if they ever do.
That's what I was gonna say. If she was bald, that would let me know there will be no other Silver Surfer. It's her. Because you can't have them both be bald. It's redundant. They already technically do the same thing. Why would you make them look the same? Mm-hmm. At least have something to be different. But yeah, for me, it was like Trayvon said, hearing about Franklin was awesome. I remember, Joel, when the rumors were swirling, they wanted a Hispanic Reed, they wanted a Hispanic Galactus, they wanted a Hispanic Franklin. I was just like, oh, they're tripling down here. All right, cool. All right. And then we started hearing less and less about Franklin.
Yeah, 1 out of 3.
Right. We got our answer about Galactus, and then we got Reed. So it was like, oh. Yeah.
We did hear early on that the kids might be in it. Now we know it's just the one.
Right. Which, by the way, can we just add this? Please, Marvel, don't pull a Superman and Lois. There's one kid now. When you do the new universe, don't let. What is it? Valerie? Who's her name? It starts with a V.
Valeria.
We don't need both. One is fine. One is good. You chose Franklin. We're good.
Well, Valeria's, they're nothing alike.
No, they're not. I'm just saying we don't need two of them. One is good. One's good.
Valeria is more like Reed. Super smart.
Especially since Joel won't let me have Love from Love and Thunder. We don't need two of these kids. If I can't have Love, we don't need Valeria. We're good. Franklin's enough.
At least Valeria's real.
Nah, Jawan, I want you to have a Mephisto level hype for every character announced. No, that will never happen again. I can't even think of a character that I would hype in my mind to see ever again. And it wasn't that I loved Mephisto. It was just that I loved the story that I thought Marvel was doing that could input Mephisto. So I'm not a Mephisto fan. I just very much love the story. That's why I said I'm not going to care when I see him in Ironheart. I'm not going to care at all. Like, there is no story that they're connecting that is an accurate story to fit Mephisto into that one. So I'm not going to care. When I see him, I'm going to go, awesome. 6 years too late. But great. What was I going to say? What else did we hear from CinemaCon? We did hear James got up there. We did get a 5-minute clip of Superman, which was pretty much just Crypto trying to kill Superman. Shout out to Crypto. He works for Lex, in case you guys didn't get a chance to see the clip. No, but it was a great clip. I loved it. I loved the fortress. I love how grand he made it. It's just so grand, right? I love the robots. I love how the robots are fanboys. I love how the one robot was like, oh my God, they looked at me. Like, oh my God. It's just, I'm really excited for this movie. And apparently Superman Day is what? Next month?
18th.
Oh, this month.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's highly rumored we'll be getting the first official trailer. On that day. So very excited for that. Not really caring about anything else said there. Just the trailer. Was there anything that was said, Joel, on any of these interviews or when they got on stage that you heard about that or just your thoughts on the 5-minute clip that we got?
I mean, it was a cool clip. It was an extended version of that one scene from the movie, from the trailer. Where we got, like you said, we saw more Crypto messing with Superman while he was hurt, not realizing that he was hurt, and
right,
making it worse. And then he drags him all the way back to the fortress, and the fortress looks beautiful. It's like this giant ice fortress, like just really cool looking with the door very out of All-Star Superman. A lot of this looked like a lot. Even the robots inside look like All-Star Superman robots. I've been saying for a while that the costume reminded me of All-Star Superman, at least visually. That we got we finally know now who Alan Tudyk is voicing in the movie. He's doing a robot number 4 in the Superman movie. I heard it sounded like it was. You can hear Michael Rooker as one of the robots too.
Yes, that's what the rumor was that he's one of the robots also.
You can hear. You can if you listen. You can sound like you can also technically hear. What's his name? Bradley Cooper, possibly as Jor-El when he first gets there. You can hear a voice. Like this background noise. If you listen close enough, it kind of does sound like it. Now, is it? I have no idea. Because even if you do the caption, it just says Kryptonian language, the chatter. And then I don't know who does the girl, the 12, new robot. Then we see him get healed by the sunbeam, which looked really rad. All these fucking like dialing it up.
I know that did that to him because usually when we see it, it's very much just like, yes, please rain down on me. But the way he was doing it was just like, is that killing you? Like, are you okay? Like that. That's a lot.
Pulling his bones together.
It was healing him, like rapidly.
Right. But I love how James did it to where, because you know what it reminds me of? Remember how in later iterations of other directors showing you Wolverine healing, it started to look more like the healing wasn't just like that. It would hurt sometimes, like he would get shot, and although it bounces off, the healing part does kind of hurt. Like he does still feel it. It just wouldn't kill him, right? So I'm like, I love how other directors showcase that the shit still hurts. If you stab Wolverine, he feels it. It just won't kill him, right? Like it's not agonizing pain. It kind of just heals and he's fine. So I love that this is showing like it's healing and like bones are coming back and skin is healing.
Like what's
Superman lost that happened like that too. He was hurt really bad. He's like,
oh shit! I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't remember that.
Yeah, hurt him a little bit when he was getting.
Well, we've seen him all beat up, and now they described all the injuries he had in that scene, and then you see him getting, and the sunbeam just basically helped accelerate his healing. That's all it did. Instant heal. Shit must hurt though.
Yeah, no, but I thought that was hats off to you for reminding me of that scene. That was a great scene. I know a lot of people were just like, and I'm like, no, it's healing him. I just have never seen the healing portray itself like that. That's what caught me off guard. I'm used to him just kind of just laying in it, right?
Because normally he just goes up to the sun,
right?
And that's like, but from Earth, so it's not like it's very close. Where this shit is amplifying it because there's so many layers. So it's like getting a magnifying glass and poking it. Burning
right. We welcome in Jamie. What's up, Jamie?
Nothing much, y'all. Happy to be here. I did get some halal from the halal cart today. I told people I would share. Well, this is half of it. I ate the first half earlier today.
Who are you sharing with?
I don't know. If y'all can see.
Who are you sharing it with?
Yeah.
DJV said he wanted to see.
No. You said you were supposed to share it with people.
Oh no! It's just me eating it, but I'm sharing the visual with you all.
That's some weird cakes over there, Damien. I don't know.
Hey, DJ asked for it.
DJ, you gotta start paying for that kind of shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
James have OnlyFans watching people watching her eat.
I bet you people would do it. I bet you there's somebody out there. It's like, yes, sign me up.
You know what?
Look,
I would have
DJV and Jamie, stop before you get us flagged. All right, enough of that. You know what I did enjoy that a lot of people were blowing out of proportion. I did see Rachel. It's Rachel Brosnahan or
Brosnahan, right?
Brosnahan. Yeah, okay. She was doing a sit down with, I think, Entertainment Weekly, or some reporter, and they were asking her. They were like, they showed a 5-minute clip while you guys were on stage, and it showed a lot of crypto. Like, how much can we expect of seeing Lois Lane with crypto? And I loved her answer. It was the best answer she could have given her answer was clear cut and precise. Lois Lane don't fuck with Krypto. She was very clear. There is no love between those two. Well, to be fair, in the comics, Lois Lane is not a fan of Krypto. They don't get along. Because it's you know what it is? It's more so of like it's like a sibling rivalry for the affection of Clark. Neither one of them seem to want to share. As you see, Krypto is overly affectionate, right? So picture him now having to share that. It seems like he doesn't like it.
Better relax, still, dog.
Right. I mean, even if Joel, you remember, I know you of all people remember this. Remember the Super Pets? Remember Krypto dreamed about grabbing Lois Lane by the leg and throwing her halfway across the town? Yeah. So what she said, people took out of context. If you know the comics, you know they don't get along. They just don't.
I mean, it's not hated or anything.
No. It's not hate. It's just, like I said, it's like a sibling kind of rivalry for the affection of Clark. I hope we do see moments of when she finds out that Clark is Superman and maybe they're hanging out and Krypto comes around. I hope we kind of see that a little bit. Like Krypto kind of like biting at her feet, shit like that. I hope we see stuff like that.
You can bring Krypto around people. Trust them not to kill them.
Man, I was right. I'd be like, Clark, you better get your dog before I punch you. I'm not playing.
That is hilarious. But no, I thought that was great. I was very happy that I saw that clip because I'm like, I love that she knows that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that plays a part in the movie or if she just read up on it and knows that. But either way, I'm glad that's the answer she gave. She was just like, that's very much Superman's dog. Like, we don't share the dog. That's his thing. So I very much appreciated that. But Trayvon, was there anything else from this Superman clip or when they went on stage, any quotes or anything that stood out to you?
I didn't really the quote thing. I like the interview. I didn't really. I don't know if I saw it or didn't see much of it, but the clip or trailer or teaser, whatever you want to call it, I did really enjoy that. I thought it was cool to see more of it and the fortress, and I thought that was really cool. So I am, Krypto was really tearing his ass up. That was
he was.
I was like, oh my god, and the noises, I guess the sound designs or whatever you call it, like, it just sounds like, oh my god, get up. Yeah. It just sounded real bad. But he was
really nice about it. I would have cursed that dog out. I'm like, you little bitch.
Different from me, I might have punched that damn dog. He would have came back. He would have been okay.
To be looking death in the eye and someone is just happily going about life is very frustrating. Very frustrating. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, the sound of it is what made it funnier. Was that Krypto really sounded like he was hurting him. But that dog is none the wiser. He's just like, are we playing?
You don't know.
Yeah, it's like, no,
before you could
I'm
take
dying.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm dying. Please take me home.
So get up. I can't get up. That's
No, I really enjoy that. Jamie, you saw the clip, right, with Krypto and Superman?
No, but now I feel like I have to.
You didn't see this clip?
No, I saw there was like a sneak peek, and then something happened. I just forgot. I need to go back to it. I'll watch it while I'm muted, and I'll let you know.
No, other than that, nothing else is really said. I know a lot of people were disappointed because they were hoping maybe James would talk a little bit more about the universe.
I did hear about the disappointment. That might have factored into. I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should just wait.
It wasn't because of the clip. It was because they didn't show anything really.
Right.
Except that clip.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, a lot of people's thoughts were he would get up there and talk about Superman and then more about the universe as a whole.
Right.
And it was just Superman, which again, look, I don't like it either.
That was the main issue.
I don't like it either, but here's where I will say I'm okay with it. Right?
Yeah.
We have talked ad nauseum about people making grand gestures of this, and this. And then we're just sitting here like, okay, well, where is it? So I'd much rather you say nothing than for you to say something I can hold you to, and then I get nothing about it. So if all he wanted to do was talk about the one thing that's ready to go, even though maybe he could have did a little bit of what was it? Peacemaker. Okay, he could have done a little bit of Peacemaker. I would have loved it. I'm tired of this fucking HBO 5-second trailer we keep getting with this whole here's what's coming to HBO bullshit. Like
it's like 4 seconds.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, bro, I just keep seeing John Cena. I'm like, I see that in wrestling now. Can I get some more? Right, like just a little bit, a taste of something.
They did show the helmet on.
They did this time. They did. But yeah, so I mean, something like that I would have loved for him to get into. But if he thought this is the time for Superman, that's what our focus is on. I can take it a movie at a time, dog. I can take it a movie at a time.
I'm at the beginning of this clip. Crypto is messing him up.
Yeah, you got to hear it though.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. Let us know when you're done with the clip, Jamie. We'll circle back wherever we are in the conversation. We'll circle back to get your thoughts on it. What else does CinemaCon have? We talked the Predator stuff. I know we did. We talked the Predator stuff. I don't know of anything else. Apparently, the movie we talked about with Marlon Wayans, they got a trailer. I heard nothing about that, but apparently they got a trailer.
Him?
Yeah, the Him movie. Yeah. Which is weird. I swear to God, I really haven't heard anyone talk about their thoughts on it, good or bad. I've heard nothing about it. So I sent you guys a behind the scenes clip of Marlon Wayans today, where it ends with him saying, "Play the trailer," and I'm like, "Y'all showed a trailer? I've heard nothing about this movie." So that makes me a little nervous that like there's no conversation. Like I'd at least accept good or bad. There's nothing. It's just radio silence. So I don't know. Maybe the crowd signed an NDA. I don't fucking know. But I've heard nothing about this movie. So.
I think they showed, like, did we talk about How to Train Your Dragon? I think they showed the movie to them, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And everybody seemed to love it and say it's very faithful to what you're expecting.
Which is great. But showing the Him trailer and us not hearing about it is a little concerned. Why are we not hearing anything? Like, no one has a thought?
I guess not.
I think that's a little weird. I think that's all for CinemaCon, right?
I didn't have any thoughts for that damn cloud thing that was in the last movie. POD. What was it called? What was that movie called? Nope.
Nope. Yes, sorry. Nope.
Yeah, that damn weird alien cloud thing. I was like, I didn't know what to think when I got out of that movie. I was like,
hey, guess what? Jordan Peele did his job. I don't know what to ever think out of any of these movies when I leave them.
I said it was living abstract art. So let's just try to kill everybody. It's weird.
It is very weird.
I'm like, what is this?
I love that the cloud is what threw you off. I'm still confused about the fucking monkey. I'm still confused about the monkey. The ripping face off monkey. That was where I was at for a long time.
They just fucked with him too much. He's deciding to murder. That's what I got from that. That's what I got from the monkey. I was like, well, hey.
Hey.
I mean, all the John Wick news, basically they're doing John Wick 25.
That we did, that we were over the only reason I brought up CinemaCon was there was stuff that came out Thursday that we couldn't talk about Wednesday, like the Superman stuff and stuff like that. Let me think.
There was something that came out.
There was something.
That Thursday day.
Right. I just don't remember what it was. And it couldn't have been that big because we would have remembered it.
Probably.
Yeah. Couldn't have been that big. If you guys run into see it anywhere or anything, then just shout it out. But we did get another trailer for Karate Kid Legends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you guys, I'm in love with this movie. I haven't seen the full movie, but I'm in love. The choreography is beautiful. Beautiful. I cannot wait for this movie. I'm so excited. Very excited. Did you guys like the trailer? I'll start with you, Joel.
Very good trailer. Very excited for it. I'm very curious how they pull it off. Because I was not exactly looking forward to another Karate Kid movie, especially if it was going to be anything like that last one. Only because, you call it one thing and did another thing. It was very frustrating. But this one obviously looks like they're care a little more. They're showing that there is a difference between karate and kung fu. I appreciate that because people should be educated correctly.
That is crazy to know that, like, you're training with Jackie Chan's character, and he's just like, "Hey, look, I taught you everything I know. You keep getting your ass beat. I gotta call in somebody. Like, I gotta do something, dog. I'm sorry. I can't keep watching you get your ass beat. So I made a phone call. And I love how what's Ralph Macchio's character's name? Daniel, right?
Yeah, Daniel LaRusso.
Yeah. I love how he's just like, no, I'm not doing it. And Jackie Chan's character is like, I see you there. And he was like, I'm glad you showed up. He was just like, oh, damn, okay.
He said it's because it's in New York. He didn't want to go to New York. He lives in California.
Mm.
And he's like, I'll see you there. And, he's like, oh. And he ends out, I don't know why, but he's all right.
He's like, son of a bitch. That's what I'm saying.
New Jersey, right?
Yeah, the character, maybe even the actor, but I know the character is from Newark. Right. And he moves from Newark to California in the first movie. And yeah, he stayed there the rest of his life, obviously. But this is his first time. I don't know. I doubt it's the first time back to the East Coast, but you know, I think it's funny now that he's back.
I am curious if it's one of those he thinks back to Mr. Miyagi and that's what makes him go, or could maybe what Trayvon had been praying for, could it be maybe somebody from Cobra Kai has a conversation with him and tells him the importance of, you know, keeping this going, right? Fulfilling the prophecy of Mr. Miyagi taught you. Your job is to now be the teacher. You can't turn down being a teacher.
I do look forward to seeing how they taught him into, or how he knows of Danny at all. So I'm like, we'll see. I'm very curious how they connect this at all because they didn't connect it at all last time. So,
well, right. And the funnier part is they're not apparently, because you guys would have said something to me, they didn't take the opportunity of using Cobra Kai to connect it. So it is very interesting to see if this is going to be one of those connected but disconnected kind of universes where it's like he exists, right? He exists in everything that he did in the Karate Kid movies, but Cobra Kai was Earth 2.
That's a separate timeline.
Right. Once Loki sat down, it split this franchise.
It's a branch timeline. He doesn't have kids in this universe. He's still alone in the Miyagi shed. What?
That is going to be interesting to see. But I Trayvon, I pass it to you. That is what I saw when he's like, I'm not going to go. And then he ends up going. My brain went to two things. Either it's like he's reminiscing about Mr. Miyagi and one of his teachings, and that's what convinces him to go. Or it could be a familiar face outside of Mr. Miyagi from somewhere we've seen, like a Cobra Kai, that maybe tells him, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. You know, I'm not trying to put any false hope or anything in your head. I'm just saying something convinced him to go. It's either thinking about Mr. Miyagi or it's someone we know convincing him to do it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not seeing this next trailer.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, I didn't watch it. I look, the first trailer I enjoyed it. I was okay, this will be fun. I'm gonna go see it. I'm a little perturbed about how they're doing this. So I'm still like, I'm happy for y'all. Happy for Daniel, whatever.
Who's y'all?
The characters like him, the Jackie Chan, all them doing this, cool. Mm-hmm. I just think it's very interesting that the show that made it popular and you kind of just
repopular.
I was about to say repopular because you don't get Cobra Kai if you don't have Karate Kid.
But nobody was really thinking about
all five of them.
Nobody was thinking about the Karate
Well,
Kid.
To be fair, but that's why Joel said it was a reawakening. It wasn't like it put Karate Kid on the map. To be fair, let's be honest.
You couldn't have done that and jumped.
You know who you gotta thank? You gotta thank Netflix.
No, you know who else you have to thank?
YouTube.
You have to thank that Jaden Smith movie being so bad is that it left so much room for improvement for you to get a Cobra Kai. That movie was so god awful, it only left room to grow.
I'm pretty sure you still got to think Will Smith. He was the producer of the first Cobra Kai show, the first season.
Yeah.
So
okay. Well, there you go.
So
there you go. He learned his lesson. Keep my son out of this shit. Let other people that actually care about it work on it. There you go. Boom. Yeah, Problem solved.
They really
Just sit back and collect checks. Your son doesn't need to be in it. There you go. Let me see. Damn, perturbed. You know it's real when Trayvon, when he bring out them big words of disgust, he mean them shits. I didn't do nothing. I just wanted to know what she was eating. All right, DJ.
That was innocent.
No, it's okay. He's muted from now on.
You're not muted on my chat.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you do you, DJ V. But Jamie, have you seen this new Karate Kid trailer?
I believe I have. I'm pretty sure I have. What happened to it?
She came prepared today.
There was fighting, if that helps.
It looked like they were like on a basketball court or something. There was like a fight going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I have seen this. Clearly, it didn't make a huge impression on me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not like, oh, this is gonna be movie of the year for me or anything like that. Like, I'll probably go see it, but I'm not like sitting in my bed at night, like can't fall asleep, like, oh my god, Karate Kid, I can't believe it,
Hold on. The ranges you're going from.
I'm trying to be nice.
Jamie made it to where it's like you can't even just be happy.
Happy.
The movie. She's like, you're up all night, chills, just worried. The movie just looks fun, and I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of fun in it. But I can understand that this is not something high on your to-do list. Like, I can understand that. Well, are you a big Cobra Kai fan?
So, I was just about to say, I'm actually in the process of watching the final episode. Like, because I didn't catch up to the second half of the last season until today. I started today, so I'm on the last episode. I had to pause to go to the gym. So when this is over, I'll go back and finish it. I'm pretty sure I know how it ends, but they did throw in some twists, so I was impressed. But yeah, I do like Cobra Kai. I feel like the show has both the highest highs and like some of the lowest lows with like the corniness or predictability or whatever it might be, where it's just like something just feels forced. That way they can just get it out of the way.
Right.
But when they're not doing that, it's really fun. The action's really good. I enjoy the characters, all the different character arcs, and yeah, I'm glad that I gave the show a shot after many, many years of people being like, yeah, Cobra Kai is actually cool. I'm glad I finally gave it a try. Yeah.
I think for almost as long as I've known Joel, he's been trying to get me to watch both Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. Non-successful in both attempts. It's just, it never was my thing. But Trayvon, I do have some good news for you. Breaking news from the Hollywood Reporter. It seems like the person that gets Danny to go and teach this kid is Hilary Swank's character from the Karate Kid movie. No, I'm sure. See how excited you got, though? You got a little excited, though. Your heart flooded a little bit. You was like, what?
It did a little bit, but as soon as you said her name, I remember the article I saw earlier today.
Yeah.
Where they tried to get her and they didn't.
What do you mean? Why is that quote?
Bullshit.
Why is that quote?
Bullshit.
How do you know she wasn't busy?
Man, I felt that. Figure it out.
But you can't blame them if she's busy.
Get her ass in there.
What does that have to do with her?
Change the goddamn schedule. I don't know. Figure it out.
Well, that would be a her thing.
Get her ass in there.
Well, no, if you've been watching Suits, you would know it's not as easy to just get around people's busy schedules in Hollywood. What was I going to say? Yeah, I just think it looks cool, and I am excited for it. All right. It looks like The Last of Us has been renewed for a season 3.
Mm-hmm.
So for all you out there that thought you were ever getting a part 3 of the game, only way you could do that, make season 3 a hit for HBO.
I don't know if it's the only way, but it would be very convincing.
I mean, the man came out and said, I ain't doing the third one. So you
okay, so he kind of said that, but we all know he was kind of bullshitting. Because then later on, he said like, "I'm not saying never. I'm just saying it's not on the docket right now." You know,
right?
So.
He's saying, "Look, this show can give me Emmys, right? And we ain't got to do too much. So if you want me to go through all that to give you a third game, give season 3 Emmy. You give that shit some couple of Emmys, I give it what you want. I give you a third game. Get a third game. There you go." I don't know what that third game would look like, because if I watched the third season and then play a version of the third season, I don't know if I'll like that, because you would just be expanding what I saw, and I usually like it in reverse. Because usually if it's a game first, I know you're going to condense it, right? Maybe change some things. But I don't know if I've ever seen show first, then game. So I'm like, I don't know how interested I am in that.
The biggest example I can think of for that is The Walking Dead, the Telltale series. And the Telltale series is phenomenal. So I don't know.
Well, no. Well, I would only push back on the idea of The Walking Dead was a comic book, then a show. So adapting a comic book, I guess, into a game would be something of somewhat of uncharted territory, really. But I do get your point. I never played those games. I only played Batman when it came to that company. That was it. And even that sometimes was just like, I gotta do a lot of thinking in this shit. I don't want it. Like, don't ask me to make decisions. I kill him.
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
stop asking me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's too many questions. Stop. Like, let me fight, or you handle the shit, but stop making me do it. Ain't that what was that just saying? Ain't that just what game adaptations of movies did? I'm gonna assume you're at work, because unless you're drunk, I'm trying to piece together what you're saying. Isn't that what adapting movie game?
I think because you were saying like adapting what the season did into a game, you have to, like, I guess, expand on it or whatever. And maybe he was trying to do the reverse of that. I feel like I know what he's saying, but I'm not the messenger for this. I'm sorry, Didge. I feel.
Oh, that was Didge? I thought that was AJ. I'm sorry, Didge. I thought AJ said that shit. I'm so sorry, Didge. I didn't even read the name. I just assumed it was AJ. I'm going to guess James. I don't know what the fuck is happening here. Anyway, to Didge's comment.
Why my name in here? What's going on?
Like, the Spider-Man 2 game is just an expansion of the movie. Yes. And as much as I did like that, what I'm trying to say is the difference is that Spider-Man had been games many times over, different adaptations, different flavors of it, right? What I'm trying to say is, like, when I play Sonic and then watch a Sonic movie, they're two drastically different forms of the same thing, right? Like, in the games, you're constantly in Sonic's world. In the movies, you're never there, right? So it's like, I can accept the movie doing that change for a wider audience. I could never accept that in the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in the human world playing Sonic. I want to be in Sonic's world. So I'm saying, if you make any changes or alterations to The Last of Us in Season 3, I don't know that I'll be that interested to play those said changes. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Season 3 and the third game are two separate things, then I'll shut the fuck up. But that's all I'm trying to say. Not that it's uncharted territory necessarily, because obviously, like Didge is saying and Jamie is saying, it's happened before. I'm just more so of the ilk of, I can accept the changes from a game to the show or a movie, less accepting of the drastic changes you'd make to format a movie or show that I now have to play it. Because the biggest thing I loved about Spider-Man 2 was that if you had the cheat code, you could be Green Goblin and fly around on this glider. That was the dopest thing of that game. Outside of that, I don't really give a fuck about Spider-Man 2, that game itself. Really. Was it part 1? I love Joel. I didn't give a fuck about Spider-Man 2, the game. So there you go.
I think it was much better than Spider-Man 1, the game.
I I appreciate your take,
that
but
was the first time
I loved playing
actual
Green
web
Goblin. Oh, I don't disagree. Yeah, that's fair. But I really did enjoy playing as Green Goblin. That was so much fun.
But there was like you never like there's no ground in the first one. It's just like the buildings. And,
like, that's all I've ever seen Spider-Man as. No ground. Endless. Love it. Loved it. Whoa, that game was great, and I respect your opinion, Didge. I respect it, but I disagree.
I don't know if you want. Are you moving off of Last of Us? Because I wanted to say something.
No. I was about to pass it. No, I wasn't going to get off of it. Actually, I'll give it to you. What are your thoughts on greenlighting season 3 a few days before season 2 even starts?
It's funny. I got like Mandela effect because I'm like, didn't they say they were gonna do it? I'm like, I thought we already had season 3 in the bag already. But no, I guess this is the official announcement that they're doing season 3. Which is interesting that it just makes sense. It makes sense based off of what I've heard, because basically what we know from Last of Us Part 2, the game, it's going to be split up into 2 parts. So between the show, so we'll have like the first part of the game and this season that's coming up, and then the next part of the game in season 3. So like that makes sense why you would greenlight it, because the story would be incomplete otherwise.
Oh, that's interesting, because remember, that's what we said when they were talking about doing season 2. We all put our thinking caps on and said, you could maybe end season 2 with the cliffhanger of the big moment, and then let season 3 be the fallout from it all. You could do a time jump. You could do all those things that you want to do in that 3rd season. But the best way to do this show and continue its dominance that it gave out for season 1 is you end season 2 on a cliffhanger, like the scene we all know. That would be ratings through the roof. Because think about people that have never played the game. They'll be like, oh, everything will be okay when it comes back. And it's like, I don't know.
I think that's definitely going to be towards the end. I think they got to have a little bit more. Because, the way that people reacted to, like, that scene in the game was largely, at least from what I saw, negative. So to end on such, like, a powerfully emotional scene that left people like, oh man, I don't even know if I want to like engage with this story anymore. I'm like, I don't think you want to end on that. You gotta like throw that at them, make them feel something, and then give them like a little bit of hope, and so they'll be attached. They're like, oh, I have to hang on to the hope. I have to see, like, can this work out in the end? Well, it's like doomerism.
I'll try to say this without putting any context to it.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying, but think about the impact that The Walking Dead had when it ended an episode with you just hearing Glenn deep breathing, right? We no. I said The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
The Walking Dead.
Do you think people don't know what the hell happened?
In The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
How is that a spoiler then? I'm confused.
What are you trying to say right now?
What I'm trying to say is, when you ended it that way, all it did was create a conversation that led you into the next week. So I'm trying to say to what Jamie's point was of, you maybe don't want to end anything on a cliffhanger. I'm saying a cliffhanger that big could be good for you, not bad for you. That's all I was going into. That's it. It was not the symbolism of what happened.
You
it was just a cliffhanger.
Me of that whole cliffhanger. Don't do that again, is what I would say.
Wait, what?
You reminded me of that scene. Just tells me I would not rather they do that. Them not go in that direction if they choose to leave us on the cliff. I don't think there's enough story. It's just it happens fairly early on in the game.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Expand it.
There's a lot of story behind it.
So the other thing that I've heard, which is interesting, I don't know if it's like too much, but I'll say.
Hold on 1 second, Jamie. You guys keep saying they'll piece it together. I gave no name, so what are you piecing together? That it could be someone?
I don't want to speak on it because I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
I'm just
add more
saying-
fuel. But
I'm just saying I didn't say a name, so
No.
it wouldn't give you any indication of anything outside of Glenn from The Walking Dead. But that's not anything that has anything to do with The Last of Us.
Yeah,
That's why I was confused. I'm like, I didn't say any
If you
names.
do the math, and people have been watching us for a while, it's not that hard to put the 2 and 2 together.
If you guys put shit together, congratulations, Sherlock Holmes. Bravo. But I did not give you any ammunition to put it together, is what I'm saying.
You gave enough evidence. This is what I'm saying.
We could just move on.
No, but real quick, all I'm saying is if we talk about Avengers Endgame, right? And I compared Avengers Endgame to The Walking Dead, and you found a way to deduce the ending of Endgame, that's a bravo to you.
No.
Not that I spoiled anything.
Let's not compare that.
Not that I spoiled anything.
Not even remotely the same.
No, but I'm just saying if your guessing ability is that good, then I think that's just a bravo to you. I don't think that's me spoiling anything.
I just think it's you gave really good treats to follow the dots. And like if you know the one thing, you can put it with the other. That's all.
Hey, piece of candy. If you want to do that, James Wood, go ahead. Be my guest. But that's a lot of digging for no reason. That's all I'm saying. A lot of digging for no reason.
People want to know. They'll know. That's fair.
Go ahead, Jamie.
The answer
Go ahead.
out there. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So not to go into too much. Not that I know a whole lot anyway. But basically, the season is not going to go in the order that the game went in. So there's going to be some things that are pushed towards the end that were at the beginning of the game, and some things just like shifted around in general, which is I think is good because it'll keep the people who are already familiar with the story on their toes anyway. So yeah, it'll be an interesting season. I do think that it means because when we had our previous conversations, we're like, maybe they'll show us a little bit more of that time in between Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2, where it's just like Joel and Ellie like hanging out, living life, I guess. It feels like we might not get that, or if we do, it's probably not going to be a lot.
It does feel that way, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm like, they really could have done it if they wanted to, but that's okay.
Seems like they're just going to go right to it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's not waste time. Like,
just get it, rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, right, exactly. Rip the Band-Aid off. Let's keep going. I look forward to seeing what apparently it's very well reviewed. So
yeah.
The worst review is IGN, like normal. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm looking forward as well.
I've been to you, but you refuse to watch the show.
I'll watch it if something gets added to it. All right.
If something gets added to it, or someone.
It's a beautiful.
I didn't know what you said. Did you say something or someone?
I'm just look. I ain't got nothing. That's why I was eating my snack while y'all was talking about this. Hey, it's fine. I got to do it.
Which again is a choice you keep making. I don't know why you keep depriving yourself of a great story. But again, I respect
that.
It.
One episode was a great story. Thank you.
Joel, they're doing it season 3. Your thoughts?
Very excited. Very happy. I love The Last of Us. So I figured they'd get one. Just I knew they didn't, but I was. It's almost like inevitable. I'm surprised they announced it so soon. But cool. Very excited. Very happy.
Yeah. Get that thing on the books before tariffs and what else messes things up. Sign it now. Sign the contracts now.
Let's get it out of the way.
What's I gonna say? All right, so let's get to the news that has been driving people insane over the last 24 hours.
Oh, boy,
and it's the fact that you said what? Oh, it could be so many things. And that's the news from Deadline that Robert Pattinson is in talks to join the cast of Dune Messiah. Now, the controversy people are going on about is Dune Messiah is looking to start filming this summer. Last time we checked, Batman was looking to film at some point at the end of this year. Clearly, that would have to be pushed back, which could maybe affect possibly when this movie actually starts filming and then gets released. Now, go ahead, Trayvon. Go ahead.
Batman 2 getting canceled. All right, go ahead.
That was I you saw what I said in when I text you in all caps. It's we're delaying. Honestly, at this point, we're delaying, and I've come to the point to where I'm like, we were going to be dealing with 2 Batman anyway. And if I'm gonna wait for any fucking Batman, it needs to be the one that's connected to everything else. I do not understand the necessity of Elseworlds in a universe you are just starting. We don't need 2 things going on at the same time. Just focus on one. Get this universe started, get it going, get it successful, and then once it is, all the Elseworlds you want to do them. But it seems like Matt Reeves is nowhere near ready. Seems like he's told. You know what it is? You know what this is? What's that show on Netflix about the serial killers that everyone was waiting for a new season to the point to where the fucking showrunner was just like, everyone go do other things. This show's never going to happen. Never going to fucking happen. It was a hit show on Netflix about like serial killers, a guy investigating them and shit. Mindhunter. Yes, Mindhunter. The showrunner to that told everyone, go find work. This isn't happening. And still to this day, it hasn't. So I'm like, it is okay to say you did great, right? We needed a Batman at the time. You did an amazing job. We appreciate it. Pass the baton. Pass it to James. James, pat him on the butt. If Matt Reeves wants to be a producer on other things, great. Or fuck. You know, if he wants to do something else down the line. But as of this movie, I'm really done. I have no more patience in it. I have no more patience in it. The script is taking 6 years.
Literally,
the people are working. Like it's like
yep, I was in school and I saw the first Batman.
yeah, I'm like I'm okay just saying, hey, it's not working out. We're gonna just go with James's Batman and let's move on. That is where I'm at mentally because I'm just tired.
I think I've said my conspiracy theory about this. I just think we're just not gonna get a like nothing about this until after the Superman movie. He was like, let's not cause any drama right now. As the Superman movie over, get that movie canceled. Boom. All right, moving on.
Oh, that's so cool.
that's what I think is gonna happen.
Oh, I thought you meant like an announcement after the movie came out. You meant a cancellation. Oh,
yeah. Like they don't want to tell you that movie not happening until after Superman. They're like, no drama before. That's what I think.
No.
Wait, you're saying they don't want to cancel this movie until after Superman comes out? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I think.
To me, that should only be true if you're saying that, not you, but if James is saying that he wanted to connect the Batman, which he came out publicly and said, I am not doing that. So unless he's going back on that, which he very likely could be, because you don't just lose Robert Pattinson if you don't have to, right?
It's taking so long, and he keeps getting more roles. I'm like, when is he gonna do this? Like, it just keeps like he's working. Like,
it's not just him. No one's talking about it. Zoe Kravitz just got signed to do something else too, so it's not just him. We know Colin Farrell might be Sergeant Rock, right? And that would be looking to start filming relatively soon. This year was the original report. So it's like it's not lining up properly.
I think Matt Reeves need to be like, man, I need to write faster because nobody gonna work with me if I take this long.
No, I mean you know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. There is no right now in Warner Brothers. There is no sense of urgency, right? Like it's not like you know how like Sony has to put out a Spider-Man movie every 3 years or they lose the rights. It's not like something telling you that you have to hurry up and put a Batman project out. So there is no
aging.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, no disagreement there. But there is no timetable of forcing them to rush. For me, I think, Trayvon, to what you're saying, the reason why canceling it would be a snowball is you were talking about doing another season of Penguin. I don't think I still need Penguin if I don't have Batman. If I don't have Batman, throw all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But why, if you're Warner Brothers, it was just winning awards, or Colin Farrell was, for the role, do you immediately look at that and then go, no, we're done? No, probably not, right? So I'm like, the movie probably will still happen. My question at that point will be, will James have already announced a Batman for his universe? Will we even still care?
Did he write the Penguin show?
Matt Reeves? Yeah. I don't think he wrote it. No.
Let me look that up, because if he wrote it, we were definitely getting like that for 4 more years. So.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me see what Didge is saying. Sorry, Didge. What if Pattinson convinced Gunn to connect them, and that's the delay? Here's my issue with that: is that if you want Robert Pattinson in the DCU, you can still throw away Matt Reeves' Batman and just make Robert Pattinson in your image. You 100% can do that if that's what you want to do. And if that's what you want to do, that should not be holding up your Batman script if you're James Gunn. So the fact that it seems like we're getting no news on that script, no news on Matt Reeves' script, is very much just a blue balls of Batman. Never once did I think we would have 2 separate Batman projects we've heard nothing about. So it's like one of them needs to figure something out. Like something soon. For the end of this year. Figure something out. I either need Matt Reeves to move forward on a new shooting date, or James Gunn to announce who his Batman is. One of those 2 things before the end of this year.
Yeah, he wasn't a writer of these.
Yeah, no, I didn't think he was a writer.
Yeah.
But Lauren LaFranc was a showrunner. No, I know. I think unless she was a writer. Yeah, Trayvon wanted to know the writer.
Usually the showrunner is a writer. Yeah, usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves produced it. He did not write the thing. Okay. I'm full of hopium tonight. All right, Ditch. Joel.
You know?
No, I understood what the word meant. I was just like, oh, are you not usually filled with hopium? That was more so what I was looking at. Joel, I know you usually take a different outlook on these things. What are your thoughts on the possibility that it looks like, God, what is his name? Robert Pattinson has found work, and it looks like it's possibly delaying.
I don't think it necessarily will get in the way if they actually want to film at the end of the year. If they start filming this summer, how long is it going to film?
You say if the Dune films in the summer?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it depends. What is summer? Because it varies. It's summer, June, July, or August.
Yeah, it's like June through August is the summer. So it's like sometime in the summer, right? At the end of the year is maybe December. Even if it starts in January, then the movie don't come out like next time, like 2027 October. They have a lot of time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The problem is like, when is the script gonna get in? Not that. I'm more worried about the script than Robert.
It says the filming was from July to December for the second Dune.
Okay, and that's how long it took, July to December.
That's what it's saying
here. But to me, it still doesn't get in the way, because again, even if they start in January, it's enough time to film the next movie.
Okay. Yes. So okay, I can empathize with what Joel's saying. That 2 things can be true. He could be taking this job and still do Batman, right? I want to be very clear.
Like 4 projects at the same time.
Right. I want to be very clear. My issue is less of a scheduling conflict and more of it's always something, right? Like we thought before it was something else. Then it was just, no, Matt's just taking forever to write the script. I'm just saying on both sides, I'm starting to lose patience. Just give me Batman.
That's fine, but the core of it is like Robert Pattinson won't be able to film. That's not technically true yet. We don't know. Right. You don't know. Now, again, when you say end of the year, it's very vague. Could be between September and December. So it's very vague, right? So you're not wrong. Same way I don't think what me and Trayvon are saying is wrong. I think both things can be true. I think you can start to lose your patience, but understand that it could still happen. The movie could still happen. It's already gone at this point. But my point is, it just doesn't interfere with his. To me, him filming is not the issue.
That's fair. I mean, Tom Holland is in 6 movies this year.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
he's sleeping in a movie he didn't even know he was casted in right now, as he's filming another movie. So yes, you're completely right. We know Pedro Pascal last year shot 3 things in 1 year, and they're all coming out this year. Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh no, I'm sorry. Mandalorian and Grogu is next year. But Mandalorian and Grogu, The Last of Us, Fantastic Four.
Correct.
So it can be done.
And something else.
Right. Yes, he has a couple of other projects still coming out this year. Yeah.
And
let me say, if Batman does shoot around the beginning of 2026, Robert Pattinson will still have the room to breathe. Yeah, but that's why I said Joel's not wrong in anything he just said. I just also believe Trayvon's not wrong in anything he just said. If the argument is time versus patience, both sides are right. You have plenty of time to do this movie, and it's been plenty of time to run out of patience. That's all I'm saying.
But both sides, I think, the patience shouldn't be with the filming. It should be with the script writing.
I'm saying patience for everything to do with this. It just seems like it's taking forever. For no reason.
For
no reason.
To me, that's not the argument.
Yeah, you're saying a lot of people are freaking out because he got this role and they think filming could coincide.
Even if it moves, it won't be, to me, it won't change it.
That's why I said I believe your breakdown of it was
unless they change the filming from, all right, we're not going to shoot the end of this year, we're going to shoot the end of next year. That could affect shit. Then that's different. But right now, it's still close. We don't know anything.
Yeah, I would care less about this news if James Gunn would give me his Batman. Then I could just think off that.
That's enough. So, like, if this is taking forever, I'm not waiting for this, man. I'm going to just start. If they finish their script, they let us know that they're done. And hopefully he will, because that's kind of what he's done so far. Then that's great. Don't wait on that movie. Just do you and let that movie take its fucking time if it wants to, as long as we do. He gets to do his shit.
Right. That's all I'm saying, because here's the problem. You know what it is, Joel? You know how they say don't give people time. Time is the worst enemy, because when you have too much time, you start to formulate your own thoughts and concepts. I think what's horrible is once we went through that span of everyone thinking Matt Reeves was just going to come into the DCU with his Batman, I think you taking this long to find your Batman, James Gunn, is only leading people to further believe you're just trying to figure out a way to integrate him in. Maybe that's what's taking so long, right? Maybe Matt doesn't want to do it, doesn't have the time to do it. Maybe he doesn't. Like, it just creates narratives when you could just come squash it. And again, James has all year to do it, but you can squash it by just naming your Batman. You name your Batman, guess what? We can eat off that all year. We can eat off that all year. We'll be fine. But to not have your Batman, not know when we're getting that Batman, it is a little problematic.
Yeah.
I'm in no rush. That's fine. That's fine. Matt Reeves has always been known to take a while with his films. Again, that's fine. You want to take 8 years to make this Batman movie, let Robert Pattinson do it when he's 90, go right ahead. I'm just saying, if James is going to do his own Batman, get that shit moving. Okay? Let Matt Reeves just do this in 2036. Get your Batman moving, James. That's my issue, AJ. Matt can take his time. I don't give a fuck. Just give me some Batman. Goddamn, because all I have now is fucking Batman Ninja. And that shit's not enough. Alright? It's not enough. Fuck. Anyway, Jamie, what are your thoughts on this?
On Robert Pattinson being on Dune, I'm interested. I'm not familiar with, I guess, like what happens next. And honestly, the second movie was like really crazy, so I don't even know where they're gonna go next with it. So I'm curious, like, what his role would be there. As far as like how this conflicts with Batman, I can't blame Robert Pattinson for looking out for himself, trying to get his bills paid, all that. Like you guys were saying earlier, I have no idea if like the script is even done or like what's going on with just that part of the film process in general. Would I like to have like the next Batman movie come out like this year or next year? Like, yes, but I have to be realistic, and them wanting to do another Batman in general just makes things complicated. So I'm not gonna wait with bated breath on this one. Like, I think it's gonna happen, but I have no idea what.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, and look, them doing another Batman came in the precipice of not really having a universe, right? The first Batman comes out, it does great. You start to hear rumbles of they might want to do another one. Then in the wake of that, you get James Gunn coming in, taking over DC, and now it's kind of just like, well, is this going to stay Elseworld? You gonna merge it? What are you gonna do? Because anytime you talk to Robert Pattinson about Batman, you know what he always says? I'd love to interact with a Superman. You know what makes it super problematic is that it seemed like for a hot second that might be a possibility, and then James came out and said that's not a possibility. That's that. I'm doing this, right? So now it's just like, okay, well, if you're doing that, how long does it take them to write this fucking Batman script? Is it gonna be just as long? Like, goddamn. So that's where it starts to become very frustrating. It's like everyone can't take 6 years to write a fucking Batman script. I'm sorry. James Gunn wrote 6 scripts for fucking Peacemaker and Superman in a day, and y'all taking 6 years each to do a Batman script?
I've already looked. I mean, no, I won't say it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's move on.
Y'all are fucking ridiculous.
I mean, all I was gonna say is I'm still under the impression this new Batman will not happen until the Matt Reeves one is done. That's just how I view it. I just do not see them doing both of them at the same time.
And that look, the longer both of them takes, who knows? At some point, you might have to.
I will take Peter Safran at his word for now. He said a Batman movie will be out on that date. He didn't say which one.
We'll see. I can see news become. I mean, we talked about this in closing. We talked about this when he said that. All Peter meant by that was, look, whether it's Matt's that gets done first or ours that gets done first, one of these will be coming out then. So it just seems like an arms race, right?
Yeah, basically.
Who has the slower pen? I can see news becoming more clear after Superman, since that is what they are focusing on more so than announcing more things like casting and movie updates. But that's not all right. Okay.
What did say is it?
What did what?
What did said is it? The one before that.
They go Batman back in theaters?
That's what it'll be.
I mean, at this fucking point,
I wouldn't hate that. Like, that was fun.
Lego Batman was good.
Sure. I liked it. I mean, at this fucking point, I'm starting to become starved for fucking Batman. Give me Lego Batman. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, all right. We did get our first trailer for the Predator animated movie, which, by the way, Joel, can we pat ourselves on the back real quick? Even though technically the writing and filming of this happened probably right around. Remember when Prey came out? We got on this podcast, and what did we say? We said, where do you even go after Prey? What was the first thing we said? Well, I want to see the Predator take on different eras of fighters.
Yeah.
And we mentioned samurais and stuff like that, and motherfucking jackpot. We hit the jackpot, bro. That's exactly where this animated movie's going.
Yeah, Predator versus samurai versus like World War II.
Yep.
Vikings.
Yep. That's it. They went hosh posh. They said put it all in. I love that he was able to film this animated movie and his live action Predator movie all last year. And they're both coming out this year. I'm very happy that he's able to do that.
I want to see something on that live action. I know that didn't they show something at CinemaCon?
They did, yes. They showed first looks, because remember I told you the new Predator for this movie is essentially bare. He doesn't have all the weapons and gauntlets. It's that Predator versus his people. Yeah, right.
Yeah. He's a good guy. Some shit.
Right, yeah. This animated movie looks awesome. I'm very proud of how committed he is to making good Predator projects. Because Prey was a classic. I know a lot of people believe the first Predator was an all-time classic. I'm sorry, I put Prey way up there. Prey had no business being that great, and we had to suffer by only watching it on Hulu. We were robbed of a theater experience for that. So huge shouts out to him. AJ says Predator, Killer of Killers looks so freaking good.
It does.
It's quote greatness. Yeah, Ditch. Prey, in my opinion, is the best movie of that franchise. Even though, to be fair, it's really only 3 Predator movies you could really argue. Really. Because it starts to not get great with a lot of them.
I have a soft spot for a lot of the old ones. So.
I enjoyed the original, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. That's my number 2.
Danny Glover one, I like that one too.
The Danny Glover one is in my top 5. So I go Prey, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. Then I go Predators with Adrian Brody.
I love Predators.
Then I go the Danny Glover.
Cartoon.
And then the 5th one is the one that everyone hates, and it only makes me love it more. When that movie ended and he was able to get inside the Predator armor and become a Predator himself, I almost passed out in the theater. I said, genius. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I like AVP,
I love it.
First one.
Oh, I didn't know we were counting those. That's like a cheat code. Come on, man.
No, AVP 2 is not good. So like,
no. Neither is 3.
Is it 3?
Yeah, they made 3. Predators is great. I just watched it again recently. Yeah, me and Joel watched it within like the last year because we were both talking about it. I'm calling it Prey will re-release in theaters to bring up the hype for Predator Badlands. I mean, sure. I mean, that would be awesome. I would love that for everyone that was deprived of,
that'd be good.
The ability to actually sell that movie. So yeah, I would hope so.
That was a badass movie.
That movie was so fucking well done, bro. Does anyone have a favorite scene from Prey? I'd say mine was probably when he lifts that bear up. When he was fighting that bear, that shit was bananas. Bananas.
I haven't seen that shit in a minute.
AJ and I will be there day 1. Damn right, Ditch. I mean, all right, just leave everyone else out. I guess we don't want to see Prey.
Couples night.
It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. Let me see. Yeah, so you guys saw the trailer for it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What'd you think? You were excited? It looked good to you?
To me, absolutely. I was super excited. I didn't know what to expect because I heard they were working on an animated movie. That was kind of not confused. I was just like, all right, we'll see what they do with it. And then that's what they did with it. I was like, hell yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to see it in live action, but it's pretty dope.
I think what I like about him doing this in animation, Joel, is that all the restrictions he probably has in a live action, you don't have in animation, right? So you can go hardcore in animation, right? And then, dial it a little back for your live action. So I appreciate that they give him the freedom of being able to do both. I hope he does like a long line of animated movies. And I hope Badlands is great. I hope the next Aliens is great because I know he said he and what's his name talked about bringing back Alien versus Predator. But I think both sides need to earn it. As great as Prey was, it only sets an enormous bar for Badlands. So as long as that, again, I'm not saying it needs to live up to Prey. It just has to be good. As long as it's good, it makes me want more Predator. And then Alien, that first one was so fucking creepy. As long as the second one hits, I'd be good for, instead of doing a third one of each movie, go right into AVP. I'm fine with that. Your first 2 movies are both great. You can go right into AVP.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Jamie, did you see Killer of Killers? The trailer for the new Predator movie?
I saw the thumbnail.
All right. Yep. Trayvon.
Listen. Okay, so this is another one where I just haven't seen any of the movies or anything like that. But maybe I'll watch this animation. I don't know. People seem to be really excited. So
you've never seen a Predator movie?
Not really. I'm sure I've seen bits and pieces of many, many, many movies, but not one through its entirety. I also like it was around like when I was younger and like it just looked kind of spooky to me. Like the predators themselves looked kind of scary, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want any part of that.
Yeah, I wanted those nightmares. Those were good ones. You're not wrong. Very terrifying. Very.
Yeah.
Trayvon, what'd you think of the trailer?
I think it looks cool. Different eras and everything. That one thing where he shot I guess like a harpoon, whatever it was. Pulled the guy out. I was like,
Yeah, that shit was sick.
That's a terrible way to die.
Very terrible way to die.
But yeah.
You know what I do hope. You know what I do hope that they do? I hope that they showcase, whether it's in Badlands or this animated movie, I want them to showcase the knowledge that these predators are picking up on, right? So like all the fighting, all the different fighting techniques, all the different uses of weapons, I want to showcase that they're learning, you know? Because every time we see a Predator movie, it just seems like they've already learned, right? And they're just using what they've learned. I want to see them like look at some shit and go, interesting. Okay. I will kill you with that later. Like, I want to see that. I want to see you picking up on, I never used a sword before, but today sounds like a great day to learn. Like, I want more things like that. So hopefully we get that at some point, because that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. And Joel, I freaked out just now. I'm like, wait a minute. You're wearing white. Like, then your screen just like buffered and you're in black. I'm like,
oh, you're right. He was.
See?
It's
crazy, man.
I got hot.
I don't know if y'all ever seen, I forget what the show is called, but it was like some kind of optical illusion thing. Brain Games, that's what it was. They went to a casino and they had this dude dressed up in like a little cashier outfit. Somebody went to go talk to him, then they brought him away. They changed out the cashier, still wearing the outfit. It was a completely different man. They came back and they was talking to him like it's the same dude. I'm like, how are people doing that? That's crazy. Like, don't they see?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes you're so in the moment, you have no idea. No idea. And sometimes people be looking similar. Shit.
It just was kind of similar, but they were different enough where it's like, oh, those are two different people.
I would have said that was crazy if the person you were talking to was white. You blink and now he's black. Then I would say, all right, you had to have noticed that
too. Some people
and someone didn't notice.
Some, yeah, it was much less people that didn't notice, but some people did not notice. It was crazy.
We did get I don't have much for this. We did get a new Mission Impossible trailer, but I swear to God, it's the same trailer I saw last time. So I don't really have more to say about that. I swear to God, it's like I saw the same thing all over again.
I didn't see it. So
every part of the trailer, Joe, I just went, didn't I see that?
That's why it even starts the same, so that didn't bother.
Yeah,
like all the new Thunderbolt trailers, they all look alike, so I can't really.
Right, which again, I appreciate. Don't show me no good shit. Show me the same shit. I'm okay with that. So I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, don't say new trailer and it's the same trailer you already gave me. That's all I'm saying. Just after your first trailer, just say TBD, right? Where it's like to be determined if we want to reuse it again. You know, we might reuse it. All right. Let me see. We got a lot of Thunderbolt posters. All look great. Everyone secured their tickets for Thunderbolts?
Sure.
I don't see Jamie saying yes. I don't like that.
Y'all know how I roll, man. Like, I'll pull up when I pull up. I'm gonna see it.
Jim, we don't live in Wisconsin like they does, where nobody goes to watch movies.
Oh Lord!
I didn't say anything. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say a word.
Listen, I'll go see it on Sunday or maybe the following, like Friday, Saturday, something like that.
Jesus,
that's not that far, you know. It's not that bad. Listen, that's longer than most people, honestly.
I mean, they don't care about spoilers.
Look. No, Trayvon.
I don't be seeing the spoilers. That's what I mean.
You don't care.
No, I don't see him.
I'm gonna treat. If Jamie does not go that opening weekend, I'm going to treat her like I do Kim. If that movie does not exceed expectations financially, it's Jamie's fault. It's Jamie's fault.
How is it my fault? I still get my money.
100%. No. It needed to be opening weekend. If it's not opening weekend, it's your fault. It's your fault.
When does it come out?
May 2nd.
Well, yeah. If opening night will be for the first.
May 1st, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm only saying May 2nd because that's what all the posters say. It's May 2nd. Because technically Thursday is their altered way of a midnight release. So they don't really count it. They count Friday as the actual opening day for it.
That's what we'll be watching.
That might be it. Listen, we got some things to factor. I don't know why did you always listen.
See, hold on. I don't like being roped in. Don't say y'all. Say Joel. Okay, I said nothing. Okay.
I was spitting facts. That's what I was spitting.
But it's always like, you Div says a lot that the Coastal Elite's always this, the Coastal Elite's that. We don't have a name for Midwesterners because we don't be coming at y'all. Y'all be coming at us. Y'all be coming at us. What's going on with that?
Coastal
I also wasn't a part of Joel's statement. I had to put that out. Listen, there's a measles outbreak happening right now, Jawan. I am trying to be in the theater with everybody else. I'm going to go.
Do you not have a shot for that?
I do, but I still don't want it. I don't want to catch
it. The shot would prevent you from having it.
What I'm saying.
It doesn't prevent you from having it. It prevents you from having a severe reaction from it.
No, all right, a little measles. I ain't never heard of it.
A little measles, he said. But yeah, I'm gonna go and I can get a seat where I'm not sitting directly next to people.
I'm sure there's a spot somewhere in Milwaukee. You can find nobody there.
Oh my god. Yeah, so
I don't know what Didge did to Joel, bro. I swear to God, y'all need to fix that. Y'all need to sort that out, man.
There are a lot of seats available.
We'll work on that. Anyway, Trayvon, this is for you, and then we'll move on. We're gonna end on Daredevil. Apparently, the writer for Wicked, Trayvon, was asked about a potential third film, and his quote was, "Sort of, a little bit, yeah, a little bit." Nothing real. In terms of if he has any ideas on a potential third movie.
For what?
Wicked.
So technically there'll be a sequel, but this one was split into 2.
So it'll be a sequel, correct?
Yeah. EJV, don't inherit beef. Do not inherit beef, EJV. That has nothing to do with you, man. Don't inherit beef. You let Joel and Didge sort that out.
This is hilarious.
But what are your thoughts, Trayvon? I know you obviously haven't seen the second one yet, but is this something you want to see go past the second movie, or is 2 about all you need?
I don't really know. Like, I don't know how.
Is the Wizard of Oz not the third movie? I'm confused.
I mean, Succession.
I guess yes. It could be. Yeah, a lot of people, have seen the play and stuff. I have no idea how this movie ends, or I guess kind of.
I solved it. The Wicked of Oz. There you go. That's the third movie. The Wicked of Oz.
I don't know if I want a movie about the man with no powers. Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, that's the original one.
You just watched a movie about a man with no powers. You got through it. You sung every goddamn song. You'll be all right.
I watched a movie by Elphaba. All was you talking about?
No. What was the main premise of that story? Was meeting the man with power that ain't got no power. I'm just saying. She got to the end of the road and homie was like, "Thank God you're here. I can't do shit." So I was hoping you could maybe help me. I don't really know how things work.
Liar.
Isn't Wicked a 2-parter, or are they?
Yeah, it is.
No. So you guys keep thinking with logic.
Another movie after the next one.
I'm gonna need you guys to stop thinking with logic.
Wicked's so good as the next one.
Okay, so if this next one does gangbusters, they would do a Wicked 3.
I want to see a remake
5.
of Oz. That'd be fun.
Yeah, with no singing, and it has to be serious. I think
that'd be cool. I mean, they tried to do that. What was it called? Emerald City. What was it called? It was on.
Oh yeah, James. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was like a real
one that used to always hang out with Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
he did Pineapple Express with him. No, that was the one. It was him and Mila Kunis, wasn't it?
James DeFranco.
James Franco. Wow.
That was Oz the Great and Powerful, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Oz. I'm talking about the show. Yeah.
Oh. Wait, the prison show?
Yeah, I'm talking about prison show. No, man.
That was crazy. I'm saying. Yeah.
Talking about it was actually like they were in the world of Oz. That's what I'm saying. It was called the Emerald
Prison
City.
Show was pretty wicked.
I'm
Remake
telling
The
you,
Wiz.
it wasn't called Oz.
I'll only watch a remake of The Wiz if a certain R&B singer can replace Michael Jackson. If not, not interested.
Certain.
All right.
Well, which one is the certain one?
Not saying it because I don't want to fight with Joel. All right, moving on. A24 is in talks to develop a Bloodsport remake. God bless. God bless.
What did you just say?
Huh?
Bloodsport.
Oh.
No, we said Bloodsport.
Yeah, Bloodsport. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't hear that. Yeah.
I'm very excited if that's true.
Look, y'all had me nervous. I sometimes have out-of-body experiences where I say things and don't hear myself. So I thought maybe I said something else. I'm like, did I not say Bloodsport? I got worried for a second. Yeah, that's how I feel, DJ Ray. I stand on business. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, if they want to do this, great. I sometimes forget what Bloodsport is. I very much often confuse it with the character from Suicide Squad. So, great.
How? You just heard about that character, 3 years ago? Bloodsport's been around since the 80s.
No, but I never think of that movie. So when the name is said, I'm like, oh, yeah. I did like Suicide Squad. It's like, oh, it's not that? Oh, well, whatever. Cool. All right, awesome.
What is Bloodsport?
You don't know either?
It's one of those Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Oh, okay.
You really are.
You know, with the splits and the kicks. And
yeah, him. As soon as you said his name, I got it. I remember them.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that scene towards the end where he's fucking that guy up, it is pretty iconic.
I thought you were saying something else at first. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Jamie, no, this
From what?
is not whatever you and DJV got going on.
It certainly isn't what I was thinking about.
What did you think I was saying then?
All he had to do was take the last part off.
Yeah, that's right. I thought he was about to stop.
That's why they did.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Joel being the biggest Bloodsport fan here, are you excited for this remake?
I'm excited. I mean, I get worried when they try to remake action movies. Sometimes it's not always better. But Bloodsport was really good. I loved it. It's one of his better movies, in my opinion. I think it was off of that movie that they were trying to make Johnny Cage. The Mortal Kombat was going to be made off of Jean-Claude Van Damme, who was going to be the main character, and then they couldn't get talk him into doing it. So they just created the character Johnny Cage, and he was based off of Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's where the split move comes from, because he was known for his splits. You know what I mean? So his look comes from his look in the Bloodsport, or in the Kumite. He wore like this,
Kumite.
That was the name of the tournament, Kumite. So it was like an underground fight, martial arts tournament. That was based on a character named Frank Dukes, who's an actual person. So it's based on a true story, or at least his interpretation of what the story was. So it's a remake of the movie, but the movie was based off of someone else's actual event, lived experience. So that I look forward to. If they actually do it, who would take on the role of Frank Dukes? Because that's probably the first thing, because they don't really make him like Jean-Claude anymore. I am curious. Not like that, man. They really don't. I don't know. I do look forward to it. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Trayvon, any comments about the splits before we move on?
I'm sorry, I was watching his best splits. Anyway,
I knew that's where your mind was. I knew that's exactly where your headspace was.
There's literally a list I'm watching. Sorry. But anyway, yeah. So I didn't hit nothing y'all was talking about, to be honest with y'all. I am very happy for him for this remake, whatever they're doing.
Wait, who's him? Who's
whoever.
him? Who you have?
Whoever doing the remake.
Let's just move on. Okay. Thank you. We got our first trailer for Tron Air. Was it Tron Ares?
Yeah, Ares.
Ares. Looks awesome. Looks like it's blending the Tron universe with the real world. Awesome. I'm not gonna hold you. No matter how great this looks, I'm uninterested. I loved my guy in the last Tron movie. I think it's Garrett Hedlund. I think is his name. And the fact that he's not coming back, eyes no interested. So you do you, Jared Leto. Much love to you, buddy. Wait, Wait, what does it say? Get the hose. The hose doesn't work. He like embraces it now, so you can't even use the hose. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know.
Embrace the hose.
He's constantly wet. You can't do nothing.
Oh God. Are you okay? Someone help him, save him.
I don't know what Joel ate or drank tonight, but this man is ridiculous.
Daredevil.
Yeah, let's just go right to Daredevil. We need to get out of here. We got the penultimate episode. Oh, wait. Before we get to Daredevil, sorry. Guy Ritchie is in talks to direct Roadhouse 2. That's all I need. I don't give a fuck who's in Roadhouse 2. I don't give a fuck if Jake Gyllenhaal comes back, doesn't come back. Guy Ritchie, I'm there. You can replace him with Jason Statham. I'd be fine. Give me more Guy Ritchie. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Well, look, he's gonna need someone with an accent. So Conor McGregor might be back. Someone's coming back.
Statham come back and do the villain in the villain movie.
Right. Yep. Very well could be. That would definitely be a great action film. Anyone excited for a possible Roadhouse 2? Double Impact split. See, I would appreciate your comment if I ever thought you actually saw the movie.
Right.
You're not just
I was gonna compliment you for like, I'm happy you know what Double Impact
That's
is.
hilarious. I thought it was Didge commenting that. I'm like, okay. He's like,
oh shit, Didge! Oh, yo, why are y'all coming for Didge tonight?
I'm not coming
what
for
did
Didge.
do?
Listen, you thought Didge was AJ earlier, and you was talking a little crazy.
Hold on. Me thinking a wild statement was from AJ is not the same as you thinking Didge appreciating a man's splits.
Listen,
okay?
I thought it was a different kind of appreciation.
No.
I was like, maybe he appreciates the athleticism. He's into sports. He's into sports.
Didge. You gotta fight allegations now, dog.
I didn't say nothing about it.
Jamie's saying some craziness.
Didge is an appreciator of the human physique. That's all I'm
of the male human physique. Okay, Trayvon.
I didn't say a male. I didn't say a male. I said human.
Well, Trayvon was talking about a man.
I thought it was Didge. Didge. Kind of like that. That's all I'm saying.
Didge. I don't know, bro. I've been on your side all episode. I don't know what everyone's on. I don't know what happened here.
Listen, it's these coastal elites in here, man. You can't.
This is
I
crazy.
prefer to be a southerner. You know, I'm embracing the southern half today.
Yikes. Woman in Brooklyn.
Whew, okay, all right. We're gonna end the night on Daredevil. We gotta just Didge. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening with these people. All right. So we got the penultimate episode of Daredevil. There's only ever been 2 episodes of Daredevil I've ever thought was beautifully shot, just flawless. It was the episode. It was the first season when you had the hallway fight scene. I thought that was perfection. The second episode was when Daredevil had Frank on the roof chained up. Once Frank had Daredevil tied up. Once Daredevil broke out and started to fight his way downstairs,
the staircase fight.
Perfection. This episode. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The fight in the prison, the 3rd season is really good too.
I was just about to say this episode gave me, because remember, what was the one thing about that fight in the prison that was so beautiful outside of the fighting? It was the ambiance. Remember, everything went red. Everything went red but it just the color scheming. Yeah. Everything was red. So you fast forward to this episode, Bullseye's in blue, Matt's in red, right? With Fisk in bright ass white.
Yeah.
I don't know who these 2 gentlemen are that directed the first episode and this episode, but just know this: direct every episode of this next season. The most important question for this episode is what the song at the end was fire.
Yeah, it was catchy. I was singing. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
I don't know what it was though. No, I don't remember.
It was great. Also, can I just give?
Oh shit, DJB. Okay.
I want to give Hater of the Year award Well, Jamie is starting to make a great case. But
always a good
I was gonna I want to give it to Fisk. Here's why I want to give it to Fisk. I love how Matt jumps in front of Fisk, right, to take the bullet. Right, he tries to take the bullet so Fisk doesn't get shot. What's the first thing Fisk does? Yo, bitch, get off me! I'm like, Fisk, you can't even like make sure he hits the ground. Like he is blind. Make sure he hit the ground soft.
He got blood on his all white suit.
I bet Delancey just saved him.
I know it. Well, no one knows that. No one knows that. Only he does.
Vigilante is someone normal, jumping in for the fight. He saved him.
Yeah,
Vigilante.
That would be crazy if Matt tried to spin that. He was outside talking about, "Hey, I was a good vigilante today."
He was
a very good one. I do like that Fisk pointed out the swordsman. I do love that. I will say this, Joel.
I love it.
Every time he's on screen, you know what keeps ringing in my ear? Remember the rumors we heard about Hawkeye season 2? It just seems more and more plausible because it's like swordsman, as far as we know, as of now, really serves no purpose being in this show, unless it's to be the connective tissue between Hawkeye and Kingpin, right?
I think there's already been rumors that he might be. They eventually will. They need more than Daredevil street heroes, right? So he's another street hero. But I mean, there have been rumors that there will be a gathering of street heroes at some point.
Yes.
So that comment he made basically was just petty because it was about from Hawkeye season 1. That's right. That's what he was talking about. He's not actual swordsman right now. He's talking about
he is. There was a video that came out earlier in the season.
Oh, see, I don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah, there was a video on someone's phone or something like that showed.
I thought they were talking about what happened in Hawkeye season 1.
No, there's actual footage.
Remember, he never dressed up in season 1.
Right. Okay. They alluded that might be something that happens, but they never did it. Apparently, there is a person in some type of disguise fighting off people with swords.
And now we know that's definitely him.
You could have definitely guessed because he was in that same episode. They introduced the video, but I mean, plus he's a swordsman in the comics, so it's like, Right. But yeah, they already showed it. I don't know if you were on your phone when that happened.
Probably.
Joel got fired for everybody today. We got to get him out of here.
No, I fell asleep many times during the show. So
all right, we don't need to go there. All right, let's
I don't know if you should bring this up. You don't want to get me started.
Matt B taking a lot of disrespect in this season. Heather was like, Daredevil was there for himself. Woman, I was there to save you. Well, no. So
get off the show.
I'm gonna pass this. But I want to speak to that because I know a lot of people immediately go to, girl, he was there to save you. But listen to what she's saying. Joel, what is wrong with you tonight? Listen to what she said. Matt said Daredevil was there to save you. And her response was, no, that was just two people looking out for themselves. And she was right. That moment was, yes, Matt was there to save her. But that was more so of Matt getting back into his lust of being Daredevil. It was more so about Matt wanting to, embracing being Daredevil again. It was very much for him as it was for her. It was very much split. And she's trying to tell Matt, without actually knowing that he is Daredevil, that there is a conflict in him that is going to always be a problem. And it's the conflict of your need to be Daredevil over the good you do as Matt. Mm-hmm. And your ability to just be Matt, right? So I'm like, I think she said it very surface level, but I do think it had a deeper meaning to what she was trying to convey to Matt, obviously without actually knowing that he is Daredevil. I just wanted to respond to what DJV said, but I'm sorry. I'm getting off of me. Joel, what was your thoughts on this penultimate episode?
Very well done, very well shot. Every part with Jack Duquesne. I love because I do want to see him actually because we did see him in the video, but it was very small. So it was really hard to make out what exactly he was wearing. So I do want to see him in his whatever getup. I do like they're alluding. I like the idea of them alluding to other heroes on the street. You know, like we already knew there was a White Tiger. We know if we're lucky, we'll get a new White Tiger in the future. So this is all setting up for all that down the line. It's so funny how this episode has Fisk basically bringing in all the rich people he can to basically he's kind of bribing everyone for money, right? You know, he's kind of like punk. Yeah, but it's very similar to a situation we have in the world, in our country at the moment. So it's very eerie how similar that during the same week this all happened.
I said on the first episode, I'm like, he's just like,
yeah, but like considering what's happened this week in real life and then what happened in this episode, I'm like, how close to reality that is. It's pretty crazy.
There's so many like shows that have just like a dystopian point of view of the world where like, oh, this thing went wrong or whatever. And then there's like so many things that align with what's happening right now. And I just hope people see what's going on.
I would hope so. It's just I thought it's funny how on par it was.
Yeah, these writers need to write happier endings for us. That's all I got to say.
Hopefully that's why, for the
sometimes it do be like, hey, we're living this, dog. Like, don't give this to me as entertainment. Like, we're living reality. Like, yeah.
Speaking of that, I mean, like Matt was on fucking the whole episode. The man seemed like he was amped up. Like, he was like angry the whole episode. He was angry. He was like, all right. Like, he was just frustrated. Like. It's harder and harder for him to hold it in at this point. That's why he's like, he wanted to go, but also didn't want to overstep in a way. And when she said that there's a guest, she's like, fine, I'll be there. And then,
he kind of said it like a brat. He's like, you know what? All right, fine.
Fine.
Fine. He's like, oh, great. Okay.
Okay, cool. I wasn't gonna go, but sure,
Yeah,
sure. There's no way he was gonna turn that down, just so you keep an eye on the son bitch. So I understand. My thing. So you're telling me, at least based on what I watched, Bullseye set him up to loosen that tooth.
Yeah, I was a little. I feel like he hit mostly forehead, like where did
I mean, there's a lot of face, so I understand. But like, at first I thought maybe he was being a little genuine. Not that I would trust him, or very much. I think it's the first time I heard Matt say "fuck you."
Someone said it. Someone said this wasn't the first time, but I don't remember him cursing like this before.
That's what I mean. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. We've seen a lot of Matt over time, but I don't remember him cursing the same thing. I don't remember him saying not that bluntly. Maybe it was because of how he said it. But it's definitely the first time I think he said "fuck you." At least to me, it felt that way. Yeah. But
the way he delivered it too.
It was how he delivered the line that was so blatant. Like, yeah, that's how I feel.
Like, oh. Yeah.
But it's just so funny because like, oh, this fucker he's very creative. Bullseye. I'll give.
Yeah, that was crazy. I do feel like I don't know because part of me is like, doesn't Matt have more sense than to just like be slamming his head in and stuff like.
I don't think he expected him to be able to use his tooth as a weapon. Now that's on him. Matt.
No, nobody could have thought that. But I feel like it just happened so that he could be like, "Oh, this is why my tooth is loose," instead of it. Like, I don't know. It just felt like it was a means to an end.
Yeah, exactly. Like, was it a setup that way, or was it just so happened? Fuck it, he didn't mean to, but here we are.
Yeah.
I also thought it was weird, and again, I'm not trying to be the logic guy, but I also thought it was weird that he was unchained for a dental exam. Why'd you unchain him? Yeah, I'm like,
he didn't even need to like shoot the tooth. He could just got up.
No, he was restrained. He had 2 restraints on. The guy opened.
No. That's what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. He was in chains when you brought him in, where his hands weren't even showing. Right? He was getting work done on his mouth. Mm-hmm. Why does his hands need to be free at all?
Yeah, they were.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But they weren't. They were restrained. Yeah.
I know. You guys are saying that they restrained him to the chair. I'm saying the restraints you had him in, his hands couldn't do shit. Keep him in that. So even if he kills you with a tooth, he still can't do shit with his hands. So unless he's going to kick his way out of there, you have a fighting chance to subdue him. He's getting dental work done. Why are you letting his hands ever see the light of day? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I just remember him taking stuff off his hands. That's why for me I didn't
yes, because listen, you and Trayvon are right. They strapped his wrist to the chair. That's why when the guy was unloosening it so he could shackle him back up. and that's when he made his move. I'm saying you should have kept it. The man just needs freedom to do anything, apparently, right? I would have given him as little freedom as possible. That's all I'm saying.
As soon as he ripped that tooth, that's all he needed. It was crazy.
That was, yeah.
That's also crazy.
He wasn't even getting any
There
dental
was,
work
like-
done, though. He wasn't getting dental work done.
He was getting stitches.
He was
and
getting,
stuff.
yeah, he was getting
stitches.
stitches.
Oh, that's even worse.
Well, he had that tooth in his mouth the whole time.
See,
Waiting.
but
Right,
he was
yeah.
sitting there with all that blood in his tooth and his mouth the whole time, and it didn't drip. He didn't gag. I would have been sitting there like, and they're like,
Hey.
"What's wrong with you?" I'm like,
He's
You
a
don't want to be a prisoner anymore. You find a way.
He is a psychopath, so it makes sense.
That is fair too.
"Oh no."
That
that
FU was from Matt's soul. That
Yeah.
was.
Oh no.
That's why it felt different. It was personal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That FU was so personal. I feel like that was ad libbed. I feel like that wasn't even in the script.
He's like, I feel like he will say that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let's go with it.
I'm channeling Matt right now. FU. And it's like, oh yeah, no, that was good. We're gonna keep that.
Yeah.
No, but the episode was so great. One of the scenes that Joel, I'm curious your thoughts on that I loved the most was when the police captain was talking to BB, and he was like, "Look, you're calling me out, but look what you're doing." And BB was just like, "I'm playing this motherfucker. Look at him. Look at me. I'm playing this motherfucker. Okay, long game in it, dog."
She did say she said she writes that out as other names. I was curious,
Yeah.
Right.
what her other alias is.
I am curious what brings Karen back at some point, and if those two maybe link up.
I mean, it's possible.
Does she have
I
to
don't
come
know.
back?
No, she
will.
doesn't have to come back, but we know that Karen was mentored by BB's uncle, Ben. So I'm like, it would be awesome to see Karen and BB work together as
Nice.
two of Hell's Kitchen's probably most prominent people to possibly take down Wilson Fisk. It would be awesome to see that link up again.
I can
you
see
know,
that for sure.
Mhm.
We know she's coming back, but we'll see.
right? BB has been playing him since the first time she appeared in the season.
Absolutely.
100%. You knew BB was playing him at that club. BB was just like, ill. What? Information, please. Like, don't. Yeah, don't do any
I
of
think
that.
they are kind of friendly now, but it's definitely more.
She wants to get in, and that's
Yeah.
you're gonna get now. What is he
Yeah.
like?
I mean,
likes?
I mean, I
It
think
was-
part in the last episode, I think that ship sailed if they were anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
I think she made it clear there isn't even a real friendship there. Once he said, "You do know that Fisk was linked to killing your uncle," she goes, "You think I don't know that?" To me, all that simplified.
Well, that wasn't what. What's his face? I don't know his name.
Daniel, right?
Yeah, Mini Fisk, Daniel. That was up to Daniel, you know. I think she's kind of cool with Daniel, but like the threats and stuff, that probably didn't make things so great. But she's still like, I got to keep him around so I can, be in the.
I think they know each other. I think she's using the fact that he obviously sees her differently than she sees him.
Yeah.
She's using it now that he works for Fitz. That's
And
what I
then-
mean by that's not a friendship.
And
That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, she's playing a long game because he
Yeah.
threatened her last episode, and she did their bidding basically by kind of cleaning up and giving credit to the cops for for abuse. But like she said, she's like, well, I'm trying not to, playing nice basically.
Right. I mean, Fisk is at his most powerful. This is the worst time to take an uncalculated risk that fails, right? Because if you fail, to come back, you'd have to come back with like Fisk on live broadcast doing some crazy shit to be able to bring him down.
Even then.
Right. Even then, they'll say it's stopped. It's AI. AI is great. You guys remember all
or they just don't care.
That is, I mean, look, it's where we live in.
So where we live in,
yes. Yeah, they do that with Karen.
Or they just don't care.
Jamie, I do want to get your thoughts on this because I thought this was a pivotal scene. I want to know your thoughts on Fisk going, "Look, Vanessa, I love you and I want you back. I didn't kill your I didn't kill him. He right here. He ain't dead." And I love how Vanessa was just like,
I don't.
"I need the power he has." Murder. Yes. I'll go with murder. That's what I'll do. I'm like, damn, that's what let me know when Matt approached her and Matt said, it wasn't Fisk, it was her. I was just like, yeah, no, I believe it. Yeah, no, I mean.
That was the moment.
Oh, go ahead.
No, there's so many long games being played here. Everyone's playing the longest game.
The big twist is that it was her that sent Bullseye after 5.
So wait, do we expect Vanessa at the start of the next episode to be in a director's chair and slowly turn around, and it was Vanessa all along starts playing?
Mm-hmm.
Is that an expectation?
Yeah, I feel like you gotta kind of give us a little something for the finale.
Yeah, right. A little razzle.
Theme song.
Yeah.
Maybe Vanessa dies, and that's what really pops it off. Second season.
Can I be honest with you? I thought she was finna die in this episode. I thought she was a goner. Because remember, as soon as what's his name comes over to tell Fisk like, hey, he broke out of prison. What was the first thing Vanessa did? Ooh, shit, honey, something I gotta tell you. Like, you need to know. And I think what's happening here is she told Bullseye to pull the trigger under the guise of being Kingpin. So that's why Bullseye is looking for Kingpin, not her. I don't think anyone knows that it was her pulling the strings. So I think when Bullseye went after Fisk, it was, yeah, Fisk set me up, right?
I mean,
and that's why I love how
Fisk anyway.
No, but that's why Fisk didn't think anything of it, because Fisk is like, yeah, he probably does owe me a bullet. Remember? Fisk was just so calm when he heard he broke out. He was like, all right, beef up security. Cool. Like, he didn't freak out at all, because in his mind, this is probably old beef. Fisk isn't thinking, oh, you got some new shit you coming after me about. He's like, I thought this was like the IOU you gave me from before. So I love that Matt's sitting there. Matt's just like, it was her. It was her. Yeah. And I love how she's just kind of like, what? Yeah, it was me, bitch. Like, I love how she pulled that. That was so dope. But no, sorry, Jamie, your thoughts on her decision to prioritize power with Fisk over whatever she was feeling for this guy.
That whole scene in general, I was just very surprised. I really thought Fisk had killed him in whatever episode it was that they had their scuffle. Mm-hmm. So to see he was still alive.
I wouldn't even say scuffle. That was all Fisk. That man was just trying not to die.
Yeah. To see that he was still alive, I was like, he showed some restraint. I'm like, that's, maybe he is a little different. I mean, he's still crazy. He's still trying to kill him, but he was restrained in that moment.
I love how Jamie's saying the guy that's keeping a man prisoner is showing restraint. I mean, he beat him close to death.
He didn't kill him. That is technically restraint. I was surprised about that. And then I was surprised that, I guess Fisk was offering her the choice of a key or a gun. We didn't really see the gun until Vanessa picked it up and just shot him.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a gun.
Yeah, I was like, oh, where did the gun come from? And then I was shocked that Vanessa didn't shoot him one time, shot him multiple times. Yeah. Kind of I don't know. It almost seemed like she didn't feel anything when she did it. And to me, if I was Fisk, I would be like, now, y'all were lovers and you didn't no kind of hesitation, no crying, no, you just shot him and on with your day, huh? I would be concerned because I'm like, oh, was she could she do me like that?
If he was gonna ruin their lives, they couldn't let him out of there.
That's fair. I mean, that's probably what she was thinking. He knows too much.
By the way, I want to ask you guys this. This is a group question I have to ask. Do you think that's ever worked in the history of someone about to die when they just say, hey, I won't tell no one? Do you ever think the person that's holding them is just like, okay. All right, see you later. Yeah. No. You'll just ignore the fact that I've been torturing you for weeks and weeks and weeks. You'll ignore that. Just go back to regular life. I believe you. Go ahead. Go home. No, I don't even know at this point why it's ever said. To me, I think it only makes them angrier when you say it. It's
what else can you say though? You don't have anything.
At that point, just make peace. No, just make peace. Just you know what it reminds me of? You guys ever seen the video of the jaguar that catches the baby monkey and just starts like licking it to prepare it to eat, and the monkey's face goes from scared to just, well, fuck it. Like you just see the facial expression of the monkey, just like, I'm gonna die here. Like, I mean, at that point, I just have to, why waste breath,
Oh man, you gotta try your luck, see what you can do. Cause like, if you're just gonna make them mad and you're gonna die anyway, like you got nothing to lose. At least take a shot. Maybe you can work out a deal or something.
No, see, if I'm gonna waste my time using words, it's to say things like, "Can you kill me tomorrow?" Like, I get a last meal.
Think of something better than that.
I get a last meal, like like something like that, maybe. I don't know. But what were your thoughts on the episode as a whole, Jamie?
I actually was like, I didn't enjoy this one as much as previous episodes. I feel like part of it was Matt was very angry the whole episode, so I felt like he was kind of doing things that maybe he wouldn't normally do, or I'm just like, why are we doing this? Like, what's going on? Which I understand the anger, but it still was a little frustrating to see. Yeah, and what else? I don't know. The more people talk about like him and like Heather's relationship and how it's like not super interesting, the more I kind of see it, or I'm like, I want to like Heather, and I do feel like she brings up some decent points to Matt about like vigilantes and just like things to consider, even though I don't think he's open to listening to them right now, but it's like, things to consider about the impacts and stuff that he could be making. Yeah, their relationship is not the most interesting to watch, unfortunately. And it kind of mirrors, they purposefully try and mirror that with Fisk and Vanessa, which I think is more interesting, but still not exactly what I want to see anyway. So I don't know. This was like a build-up episode, in my opinion, instead of like there's a lot going on, at least until the end when Matt gets shot. And then I was like, oh, what's gonna happen with that? But yeah.
I think y'all are wild for turning on the woman that just got shot. Y'all should be ashamed.
I'm not turning on her. I'm saying their relationship in general. I did say she made some good points during this episode about vigilantism, but in general, I think their relationship is not the most interesting one.
Well, that is the thing that makes Matt great. He's good at starting relationships. Not really the best at maintaining them. Yeah, that's why he was given the nickname the Hoe of Marvel. He has very much earned that, and he very much lives in it, But yeah, I mean, Trayvon, I'll immediately go to you.
Him being late. Actually, I have to say that him being late to multiple things, that also pissed me off, because I know a guy that does that, and I'm like, it's not, at least I hope it's not purposeful, but you're consistently wasting my time. I don't know.
So you're not even going to give him the slack of being blind? Y'all.
If he's showing up on time every other day and now all of a sudden he's just started to be late, I'm like, hey man, what's going on?
It's Hell's Kitchen. There's hella crime out here.
And also, just because he's blind does not mean he's not capable of arriving to places on time.
No one. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he blind. I give him a little bit of slack. It's all right. You can be late. You're blind.
He's consistently been late to things, man.
That's only crazy.
It's not for negligence. He's been busy. No, he can't tell her that.
Right. I feel like so many times in that dinner he wanted to say like, hey, I'm Daredevil, okay? All right, shut up. Damn. I'm tired of hearing you. I'm Daredevil. All right, there you go.
I really wonder how she'll take that news.
The first thing she's gonna say is how. How are you Daredevil? He can see. It's like,
is she gonna ask how though? Because he be walking around the apartment. Like I don't know how I guess like blind people operate around their own spaces, whereas like they just know it enough where they don't need a walking stick or anything like that. But he navigates pretty well for someone who you think like can't really see. So I don't know. If I was her, I wouldn't really ask so much of how it's like, you have been kind of like moving pretty unexpectedly smooth.
Nah, I'd have way too many questions, and the first one would be how. That might be the only question I just sit on for like an hour.
Like,
Yeah,
how
to
do you
really thoroughly
afford
explain
your
that.
gadgets and stuff? That's what I want to know.
He's
Because
a lawyer.
he's a nonprofit though, and they always talking about being broke.
No, not now. He was
I was
not.
about to say, not over the course of the. Well,
Oh yeah, you're right.
it also depends on.
That's
where
why he's
you
struggling
put
again.
She-Hulk in where you put She-Hulk in all this, because he was buying a lot of costumes from Homeboy, and Homeboy made it known he
Right.
ain't cheap.
Where's the money coming from?
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. Matt got money somewhere. He got money
Mhm.
somewhere. He definitely hiding out. But Trayvon, go ahead, because I know you had thoughts on not Vanessa. What is Matt's
Heather.
girlfriend's name? Heather.
Heather.
Glenn.
She annoying. Get off the show. I don't know.
Mhm.
Stuff she was saying was getting on my nerves. I was like, "What you mean? He was there to save you? Sure, he has some anger issues.
I
He
just
still came to save her, though. Like
he was there to save her, but he was very into that fight. He was yelling and screaming and all this other stuff. I'm like, if I was Heather, I would have like tried to scoot out the door because I'm like, oh, this is between y'all now. Like I'm good. Like I'm done.
Jamie's right.
I don't know. The stuff she was saying about vigilantes and saying like that they were exactly the same, and I was like, "Girl, what? Please." Like,
I've heard that argument before.
and then she knows that the cops are lying about who saved her, or maybe she doesn't. I don't know. I'm just tired of her.
Matt brought it up. He said like they're weaponizing her trauma or something, and she's like, "Well, you know what? I don't like vigilantes, so maybe I'll just let it happen."
Yeah, that pissed me off. I was like, "Okay, girl, all right."
That was crazy. Yeah.
Whatever. The BB talking to the commissioner like that in like the open like that. This is not smart at all. Not subtle. You handed him a car. Y'all talking for a long time. I was like, y'all are dying.
Yeah,
y'all playing
dying.
games.
Mm-hmm.
They both might get shot with the same bullet. They playing games. Like,
I think the commissioner is gonna go.
And I was like, where? And I'm reading basically what I said earlier. Where the fuck was Frank? I saw him for 10 seconds. I need him back. Hurry up. I saw the preview next week. I know.
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, you might get your wish soon.
I can't wait for I can't wait for the lead of the task force to have a slow and painful death. Like, I am so.
What a dick!
I hate him so bad.
He is awful, man.
I hate him so bad. Like, hate him. But yeah, I can't wait to see him die because I can't wait. That's good. When that happens, that's my favorite part of the show.
Drop him in oil.
Yeah,
right.
Slowly,
that shit looked painful.
Slowly drop him in oil.
Awful. Oh my god.
That was messed up. I mean, the Vanessa thing. I was like, they can't let him out of here. He was gonna die. I'm glad.
Now why are we pulling this up, Jawan? I know it was you.
We pull up comments. I don't know what to tell you.
I literally said I was defending blind people after you said he showed up late because he blind. It's Jawan. Y'all should be looking at crazy. That's all I gotta say.
I just pull up comments. I don't know.
Yeah, you be trying to frame people. These dang elitists did. These coastal elitists. Oh.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, he's interesting.
I like.
Yeah,
him
he's
too.
just like Wes. He's just like Wes.
Yeah.
He gets his hands dirty more.
Very slick with it. Yeah.
Yes, Wes did not get his hands
went
dirty.
To go kill him, and he was just standing in the corner like. Choo. I was like, oh damn! I'm like, it's like that.
Buck
What's his name? Buck.
Buck. Yeah.
Buck. Yeah.
Yeah, pay attention every time he on screen.
Not Butt.
Okay,
Buck.
That's not what I said. See,
Right,
your problem.
I know where your mind goes. Just want to make sure.
I just said I pay attention to every time he on the screen.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Right. Eyes up.
Kill Daniel. Sick of him.
All right, Trayvon. We would like to get monetized at some point. All right. God damn, man.
I'm tired of Daniel, man.
Fortnite. He's talking about Fortnite.
Daniel
man,
sucks.
all death. Goodness gracious, man.
Well, this show is supposed to be violent. Where the
I don't
violence?
want him to die, but I do want him to like get away from Fisk because it's definitely one of those like I almost feel like he's somewhat of a commentary on like young men that get attached to like toxic men and they just kind of it's just it's a spiral.
That's fair, James.
He was, I'd do anything for you. I'll burn.
Yeah, I was
you.
like, bro, you don't know
like,
this man. I'm like, please get him away from
Talk
him.
about fanboy, like chill.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
He was, I know you will, and I was like,
I know you will.
That was wild. Yeah, that was. I don't be looking into things being just like creepy when it's said. Well, that man said, "I'll do anything for you." It's like, I know you will. It's like, all right. Y'all good? Like, you okay? Vanessa's still home, right? You all right? Okay.
I think my favorite part of the episode was when he was at the bar and he just walked out of there without his cane. He was like, he walked out here without the cane. He was like, oh, I didn't notice.
I love that she was. I love that she was so drunk she didn't even really think twice about it. She was just like, "You just walk out of here?" No, whatever. Like she was just like. Whatever.
Cherry's like, I didn't notice. What are you talking about?
Is he fully blind or only just like legally blind? I can't remember if like he can see anything at all or
he can see through his senses.
He can't. His eyes.
No, but like his eyesight, like can he see anything?
No,
he can't see. But because of his radar sense, he can see everything. If that makes sense.
Right.
Like he still needs certain things to work out so he can actually see it. Like, you remember how with the pictures?
You know, maybe he got the excuse like, oh, I see the light. I don't see anything. I just see the light. I just go.
If there's no noise, he ain't seeing shit.
Right. Yeah. If there's no noise, nothing, like no smell.
If he was fighting Mute and not Muse, he would have been fucked up.
Some noise canceling headphones on him, he done.
Yeah.
I'm sure use that to go to sleep.
So.
That was crazy.
Yo, DJV, you better autocorrect that. You mean come down? You mean calm down?
Yeah. The I burned for you. That felt a little like sensual. I was like, whoa.
All right, Trayvon Jr., relax.
No,
I didn't say it, Daniel.
I think he means it. I think he would do anything Fisk asked him. So, hey.
Who says I burned for you and don't mean that in some kind of way, Jamal?
No, that's just like I'll die for you. That's not.
No, I'll die for you is different than I burn for you.
Is it when? I don't think that's too drastically different.
No,
if you die for someone or burn for someone, that's the same thing.
That was a pausable statement. I don't be doing pauses, but that was a pause.
I mean, look, I won't disagree there. If I was in there and I heard that, I would have definitely hit him with a mean. Hey, yo, what? Well, I definitely would have, but
what's that woman that's working with him? The one that's like trying to keep him in line.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name.
I would have quit a long time ago. Fuck this.
Honestly, yeah, I thought she would have been fired. Like she's in the way. Get her out.
But I think she works for the mayor. He just keeps going over her head.
I think she just works for the mayor office and like she wasn't hired by him, so she just like goes to the office.
Yeah, she's like probably just in charge of that shit.
Yeah, but it's just like
okay.
I'll be like, fuck this, throw my hands up, do what you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm going home.
No, but why not? Why not just do that and still get paid?
She's doing.
That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. You're saying I would have done it and just left. I'm like, no, I still want to get paid. If I ain't got to do half the work, you want to give it to...
You won't even notice I'm there, shit, or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'd rather give it to your little sex slave? Go ahead, y'all do you. And I'm gonna just chill here and collect this check. Simple.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I just want to see some more action, some more actual Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil's been missing from this series a lot.
We got one more episode, so if there's no Daredevil next episode, I'll give you your points.
Well, no, I told Trayvon earlier, Joel, that if the lack of Daredevil stretches into all of season 2, then I'm with him. But I keep reminding Trayvon, and I'll remind Jamie. The whole purpose of this season was trying their hardest to not have to be Daredevil anymore. This season was about a breaking point, and now he will essentially go full Daredevil. Yeah. Yes, he will go full Daredevil. This is the levees breaking. and him going, that's what. Here's how you know you're gonna get a lot of Daredevil in season 2. Think about that conversation he had with his. You said what? No, not just that. Think about the conversation he had with his partner, where he said, "I just feel like we're not doing anything. We're not getting anything done." Yeah. That sounds like a man that's saying, "I tried to do it the right way. I took a year off, tried to do it the right way. Look where it's gotten us." He's like, "I'd much rather have fun. That if we're gonna fail like this, I'd much rather have my hands bloody failing than to do it like this." Okay, so I'm gonna go back and be Daredevil.
I feel like I get more done as Daredevil.
Right. Joel, he's having his Batman arc. Right, where Batman's just like, I'll only be Batman. Like that's it. That's it. So I think you'll get a lot of Daredevil in season 2. I mean, hell, if we're being honest, Trayvon, I haven't seen many set photos of Matt Murdock. I've only seen Daredevil since season 2 started filming. I'm not saying that means anything, but because who knows? A lot of this could be deleted scenes, but from a lot of what we saw, it's Mad Daredevil. So, before we get out of here, I did want to say I wanted to say 2 things. One, I did finish Devil May Cry. It was awesome. I had so much fun with it. I hope season 2 gets greenlit ASAP, and I hope season 2 comes out ASAP. That's one. So congrats to that team on that success. Apparently, Joel, either the guy that did the show or the guy that voiced Dante was at Monday Night Raw.
The guy that did the show.
Yeah.
Adrian Bosch?
No, Ari. What's his name?
Ari something.
Wait, that's who did it?
Ari Shankar.
Yeah.
Johnny Bosch voiced Dante.
Oh,
Dan Bosch is the voice of Dante. Yeah. That's how I know it wasn't him.
What was I going to say? Yes. Also, I started Daima. It's slow, so you have to give me more time, Jimmy. It's slow. It's reminding me of what I hated when I was a kid. So I'm assuming it speeds up a lot more, but only 13 of them are in English. So you have to bear with me.
It takes a while.
So listen, Ditch gonna get fired up. So all I'm gonna say is it's supposed to be reminiscent of like the OG Dragon Ball. I don't want to throw GT in there because people don't have very.
I love GT, so
you do. Okay, well, it's supposed to be Call of GT then. It's supposed to be Call of GT.
Yeah, but the only difference is when I look back, I only remember the things I loved of GT. I omit all the things I hated. But I did want to tell you that. I did want to tell you that I did. Y'all don't be liking the journey. Not when this is Lord of the Rings long.
What was the show you was talking about where you wasn't enjoying the journey? What was it? I'm gonna try and burn into my memory. So next time you say this crap, I'm gonna cite it. I'm gonna cite it word for word.
I do love the original Dragon Ball though. I do.
No, all of them I enjoyed. I'm just saying I did very much appreciate when Super drops.
There are parts you like more than others. Yeah.
I miss Super. I do.
Yeah, I very much appreciated that. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that to you, Jamie, so you know that I was keeping up my end of the deal. I think I'm about 6 episodes in. Yep,
when you mentioned Devil May Cry, I was like, oh, this is what he substituted. Dang.
Nope. I did not. I'm about 6 episodes in. Okay. But I also wanted to let everyone know I won't be on next week. Next Wednesday is L'Oreal's birthday, so I will be out with her for her birthday. Joel and Trayvon will be holding it down, going over everything with you guys. And me and Joel might get together for Thursday to do the end of the season for basketball.
Oh, is that next Thursday?
No. I'm saying, remember, there's only 3 games left of the season. So I'm like, we did say we would do it before the playoffs started. So we might not be able to still hold that up, but we can at least get it done next week. So
I could put something together.
Yeah, so just let me know, and obviously let Didge and Mike and Prime know.
What's the draft? Because I also wanted to do that. That's a Thursday.
The football draft?
Yeah, on 24th. Is it?
Yeah, it's towards the end of the month. Yeah.
So 2 weeks.
We can definitely do that. It'll be my own personal hell, but we can definitely do that.
Never know.
You say that. I want to thank Jamie for joining us. Thank you so much, Jamie, for joining us. I want to thank Anytime. I want to thank DJV. I think Mr. E was in there somewhere. Even I'm not talking to Mr. E. He keeps making me rage quit. So yeah, I'm not talking to him. Appreciate you guys in the comment section always. And of course, thank you to Joel and AJ was also in the comment section before I get yelled at.
He did.
But always want to thank Trayvon and Joel for helping me do this. Couldn't do it without the guys. And outside of that, I know I told you guys we would stream gaming more, but I just deleted Fortnite. So
why? Sorry,
I
just lit.
I rage quit. I rage quit.
Yeah,
I rage quit. That was probably the angriest I've ever been playing any game.
See, I told you because you was saying like, oh, I can't stream Marvel Rivals. I get too upset. Let me go to Fortnite, and I was like, I don't know if Fortnite's better.
No, Jamie. I've never been that upset.
I can show you the clip, AJ. If you saw the clip, you understand.
That was legit. Like Satan himself was playing against me in that goddamn game. Okay, anything that could go wrong went wrong. All right, Trayvon, you should not have this clip. Why is my demise something that entertains?
I told you. We were on there. I told you I got the clip. I told you I had the clip.
Make it a YouTube short, go viral.
No.
That was funny.
That's really bad.
Ridiculous. Anyway, Trayvon, you do not need to put it on Discord. You don't need to put it anywhere.
Send it directly to Jamie.
You do not need to send it to Jamie. All Jamie needs to know is that I raged and I deleted the game. So I don't know what I'll be streaming. Maybe if I buy wrestling, I'll stream that. I don't know.
You'll recover. It'll be fine.
No, I deleted it. It's like gone.
You can re-download it.
No.
You'll be fine.
No, there's nothing to bring me back, so I'm good. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if maybe we'll do Marvel
He'll
Rivals.
play it again.
What if you played Last of Us or Batman or I don't know, something like that?
I don't know. That I haven't played the game since. I've been so angry. I can't even look at my controller. I got on today just to talk to Trayvon on PlayStation. Here's how much gaming has angered me. I almost called Trayvon on my cell phone. And I can tell you, I don't ever call anyone on my cell phone. Okay? That's how angry I am. I almost called him today. But yeah, so I won't be here next week. Joel and Trayvon will hold it down. They'll break down the finale of Daredevil and any other big news that comes out. Outside of that, again, thank you guys so much. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Till then, peace. Call, not text. She was big mad. Yeah, man. Yeah.